Live from the Streamline Mortgage Solutions studio, it's Orlando's own Tom and Dan. Whoopee!
Hello, this is your mediocre time with Tom and Dan program. We hope that you will find our presentation precise, joke heavy, and just right. Thanks.
Welcome to the Friday free show of A Mediocre Time.
Hey, it is the Friday free show of A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I am Daniel.
I'm Thomas.
Samantha Ann is to my left, to your right, if you're watching live on Twitch, twitch.tv/Tom and Dan Live. Travasini Butlericio is also to my left.
A lot of people don't know that's his real name.
Well, he's Italian. He's dark featured.
Yes,
Travasini Butlericio.
Mm.
He is he's the cocktail. He's on the cocktails today, and he's mixing them up strong.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Teddy Friday.
Mm-hmm. TD Friday.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a couple things. Hurricane parties this Saturday. For those of you who don't know what it is, it's a gigantic music festival in Sanford.
It is.
It's at the West End. There's a stage in Tuffy's this year.
I think it's one of the
Celery City.
Yeah, well, it's one of the. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there. It's one of the events that I actually believe put Sanford on the map. Sanford is so fucking cool right now, and I think that a lot of that has to do with the work that Paul did. It's not single-handedly Paul, but a lot of it's Paul. Like, I feel like a lot of why Sanford is such a great, it's the Key West, not in Key West, is because of Paul. So he started doing this hurricane party deal how many years ago? Like, what year are we on? I don't even know. Normally I have the thing.
I think it's like
This is the 14th. This is the 14th annual.
Okay, there you go. So if you
is
really...
it? Because on the website it says the 12th annual.
Yeah,
so
but that's Paul's... That's how he does it like we do it. You don't know.
No,
but if I scroll down, it does say the 14th.
Yeah, well, I replied to the Facebook page for the 2010 hurricane party. You know, like, it's all floating out there.
Yeah, but that's what's good. It's not super corporate or like this is small town.
Yeah, that's how you know it's awesome. My point is that these type of events, namely the hurricane party, are what put Sanford on the map. It's like, hey, I could come to this cool bar in Sanford that's beach themed. Remember when West End the people would tell me, they'd be like, West End Trading Company, there's this beachy like reggae bar in Sanford. I'm like, you're nuts. They're like, yeah, it's next to the soul food place. I'm like, okay, I know where that is.
Yeah.
You go in there and they're playing reggae. You're getting the wings and the drinks. Anyway, he built that up, and now 15 years later, here we are. Sanford's like a destination for people to party.
30 bands, 6 different stages. Get the pre-sale ticket. It's $20 online, and it'll save you $10. So just get a pre-sale. If you go to drinkatwestend.com, you can get it, or search Hurricane Party on Facebook and get it from there.
Perfect.
But and here's the thing: walk around Sanford, see all the bands, go to Hollowbox. There's a million things to do.
So much to do.
It's funny that Tom now can't say Sanford without putting on the end of it, go to Hollowbox. You are smitten, dude. You have been
It's
bitten.
just so good.
Standing for Hollerbox.
Yeah. It's just
hell yeah, dude.
It's just such a good experience they provide.
Meat and beer.
You
go there and like cool people give you meat and beer.
A couple new merch things, some new headbands for sale on TomandDan.com. We'll be running some new sales coming up soon to get rid of some inventory. A new True Leave promo item, which me and Daniel,
favorite.
I love these.
They're called the Fred Durst weed hat.
Yes, it's the break something hat.
It's a bucket hat.
But you're high though. You're not breaking stuff.
No.
Yeah. And you'll see it. It's on the front of the BDM page, or
breaking that wallet because I'm buying them True Pods.
That's true.
I tell you that. God damn.
Yeah. It's basically a super nice bucket hat. It says True Leave. It's got weed leaves all over it.
Yeah, I will caution you that it's an aggressive wear.
Yeah,
it's an aggressive wear. It's hard to pull off.
You definitely look like you're part of Cypress Hill.
Yeah, like it would be hard for someone.
Well, that's why I made the joke. We're going to give a cash prize to a picture of someone wearing this hat in the most inappropriate place.
Okay, thank you.
Wait a minute.
So
Can
you're
I
really
get
going to
in
do
on
it?
this?
Yes, you can.
All right, fuck yeah.
Yeah, you're really going to do this?
Your grandma's funeral, your kid's PTA meeting, wherever.
Yes.
I want to see that hat.
At court.
Who
Who wants to go court?
You can't wear hats in the courthouse.
Well, if you, look, if you
You
wear
got to
it,
put it on for a
Real
selfie.
quick, real
if
quick.
you wear it through security and your fiance gets a picture of you taking it off and putting it in the gray thing to go into court, I will give you credit for that.
Also, we'll mail you anything. Like, put it like.
We'll mail you anything. I will literally mail you my wife's underwear if you will not cancel your BDM membership. We need your memberships more than ever now. We're fucking hurting.
It's the True Leaf promotion. It works like this. I mean, this is no secret. If you go to True Leaf and you buy a great, like any other great products,
I got
just
this guy.
Yeah, and you guys are gonna go anyway. So it's I'm not even pushing you to use True Leaf. I think just go to True Leaf.
Yeah.
And then just take a picture of the receipt or something, or just a product you bought.
Proof of purchase.
Proof of purchase, and then fill out the form on tomandan.com. You'll see it right there. And then we'll send you, if you already have the Fred Durst weed bucket hat, then just ask and put down, hey, can you send me a Tom and Dan pop socket or some stickers or what? Just ask for something. We'll send it to you because it's worth it to us.
Reasonably.
Exactly.
I'll send you a pair of my.
We get a t-shirt.
I got some
hoodies.
I got some Fruit of the Loom wicking half socks. I'll send you. They're mine.
Eric the Merchman did want me to mention that Tom forgot to say that he will be out there at the hurricane party tomorrow.
Yes.
As well.
Oh yes.
So go check out the Tom and Dan tent.
Yes.
out at
Tony
the
made him
hurricane
his own
party.
flyer, and dare I say that Merchman Eric in the flyer looks like a cool motherfucker.
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying he's not, but I'm
yeah.
just saying, like, the flyer, I'm like, that's about time that guy got a little do, you know? He works his ass off.
We're giving away free Tom and Dan glasses, magnet stickers at the hurricane party. Plus, you could buy, straw hats, some hats. He's gonna have some stuff for sale, dog leashes. It's gonna be out there.
If you go to the hurricane party and you have a bad time, that's 100% on you.
Yeah.
Because it's awesome. Yep. And I've been to multiple of them. So, yeah, hats off to the old bucket hats off to the old hurricane party.
So, is Juan on the line?
Yes, line one.
Line one for Juan. Juan, what's going on, my friend?
Hello, happy Titty Friday.
Yes,
Right,
and it's
TD. How
TD
dare
Friday.
you.
Tom hates that you and I.
Big old Titty Friday.
Now,
Thank you.
Hashtag
He gets it.
TD
This man gets
Friday.
it. This man knows his way around a pear. He knows.
So, Juan, Daniel told me right before the show starts, he's like, you could trade in orbs for merch. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, how is that possible?
So we've been kind of like toying, like kind of back and forth this idea for a while, but like we have this really amazing loyal watcher base too, as well as a listener base, and they've been asking for new orb rewards. Orbs are just like the points you accumulate while you're watching the Twitch stream, and I set it up so that if you're like a loyal watcher, you could feasibly exchange your viewership reward like twice a year ish for a piece of merch from your store.
It's awesome, dude.
And
So
then
literally,
you guys are paying for it. You're
What?
no, but I love it because they get reward. It's another, like, your whole thing lately has been use our sponsors and we give you shit, right?
Yeah.
And it's working so well. And it took us almost 12 years to boil our show down to like, no, you just got to do some simple things to really execute it correctly for your listeners and for your clients, right? Because we're twofold here.
Yeah.
So now the next thing is to execute this on the listener side of things. So yes, we are going to hemorrhage more money by increasing the viewers on our Twitch, because the more they watch, they trade in basically what they've done with their eyeballs for merch. It's fantastic, and we are going to bankrupt this shit sooner than ever.
All right, that's what I want.
I know that's what you want. We're going to bankrupt this company sooner than we could have ever thought, because we're going to give you everything and give ourselves nothing.
So, how does it work with Shopify? Like, is there some sort of manual? Like, you have to print out a bunch of pictures of orbs and be like,
you have to trade them in. Yeah, count them out.
no.
Ghost of Minute has 5 orbs.
I think he already cashed his in for a
There's
pizza
a little
party. He's
button.
pissed.
There's a little button on Twitch, and you just click the button, and it subtracts from your orb total 150k orbs, and then you'll have to like contact me. I worked it out with Eric Merchman.
Already worked
so
out.
that there's like a little interaction that I can do with my Shopify and have the merch sent out to the viewer without any kind of it's no work on your part, which I think is ultimately what you're asking.
Okay, that was. Yeah. I'm glad you read through the bullshit. As long as I don't have to do nothing, that's fine.
He suddenly loves this idea.
And all you have to do is watch Twitch.
You're getting. You earn it. You basically get rewarded.
So
go ahead, Juan.
Sorry, on the subject of the Orb rewards, there is one that we've had for a long time that now that the pandemic is kind of rounding out. There's a pizza party reward, and there's a backlog of them. People have exchanged them, and hopefully, when you guys are accepting guests into the studio again, you guys have a list of guests that are ready to go, and I'll send some pizza your guys' way to facilitate that.
To this.
I
got 200 people on our wheel.
It's probably me.
This sounds like hold on, we're creeping into more work for old Tom Van here because this sounds like I have to do a lot of standing in the lobby telling these listener stories.
Yeah.
But I tell them Gravedigger.
Only one guest at a time, right?
Well, I
tell them how podcasting business works. I have my go-tos.
Yeah, I could have been wrong on this, but I thought you liked telling your stories to people. And I thought the pandemic was actually slowly killing you because
he likes it when he wants to do it, not when he feels like he has.
Well, he had no one to tell stories to.
Yes,
he told them to us, and he was driving us insane.
Yeah. You don't talk to us anymore. Now that we don't have visitors into the show, Juan, this guy it's silent. If you guys heard how silent it is when we're all tippy tapping on our keyboards, it's eerily just like any other fucking job you guys have. You guys look at our job and you're like, these guys are they're rock stars having so much fun with the marijuana and they're so handsome and beautiful, and look at Samantha and Daniel. So look at him, he's a god. But it's not like that.
We watch you on Twitch. The moment the mic cuts off, it's like you guys the clown robots power down.
No, actually,
you see that?
Okay, no, actually, I was laughing because there is another show that it is like that. It's like as soon as everything shuts down, it's like we hate everyone.
I like that. What show is that?
I'll tell you later. You might have made them a lot of money.
So, Juan, before you go, and again, twitch.tv/Tom and Dan Live.
Yeah, and if you're not interacting, if you're on the fence, this is one more reason for you to join our little group. The group it's amazingly positive, amazingly fun. These guys throw jokes in the Twitch chat room. I love it. I love it.
We never really talk about this too much, but most of the days, Monday, we go live on Twitch around 1, but Tuesday through Thursday, we get on about 10:30, 11, and go to about 2 every day. If you get the Twitch app, it'll tell you when we're broadcasting live. You can listen to audio only. So if you want a live version of the show, and what's weird about it is you get during the breaks and stuff too. It's not only the show, but you get what happens during the breaks. And a lot of times we just talk and it's just weird, so you'll get all the audio. It's just like a 3-hour stream if you're driving or whatever.
You can learn how we bank the shows. You can learn what we have to cut out. You hear everything live and uncensored. So any of the ACT stuff that we run, where if we have a guest that says a curse word or we say curse words or something crazy happens, it's all left in the videos. So it's all on Twitch and it's all on our YouTube channel, and they're both Tom and Dan Live.
And so if you're driving, you can switch on audio only and just get the live feed and just get all the shows. And that's really the only truest way to get the shows live, because we record them in a weird order throughout the week.
There's no rhyme or reason.
Yeah, a lot
whatever we need done.
Yeah. So anyway, Juan, we appreciate. Let's plug Yellow Brick Road Foundation real quick, because we did our coloring book promotion. Everybody was cool enough to buy some.
Also, our listeners are so good. Juan, I got an email I'll forward to you a little bit later. There's a local sports bar. I won't say their name yet because I think they want to work it out with you, but they want to try to partner with Yellow Brick. So it's cool to see our listeners weigh in and go hey, I'm a manager of this bar. We'd love to help out if we can. So I'll send you that a little bit later.
And
I hugely appreciate we weren't able to do a foot golf tournament, or we talked about it, maybe even doing a Top Golf situation, but you guys found a way to support us yet again, and
really, we need to thank Eddie and Eric.
Of your own,
they did all the work.
Of your own accord, because I did absolutely nothing. Yeah, for sure to Pabon and to Eddie for all the incredible art and putting it all together. Like, you guys are all, I love you guys so much for helping us out. There's been a lot of people in the course of the pandemic that have needed a little extra help getting to and from the hospital or whatever, and all the money that you donate has been helping out a lot of families with their lodging and travel and all that stuff that is necessary when you have a kid in the hospital.
Yeah, Mark Larabelle and Vintage donating their time and their printing.
Now, Juan, I every time I do look at our bank account, I scream, "We're rich," and then I check, and I'm like, "Oh, they didn't cash the check yet." So I will warn you: if you don't cash it within a certain amount of time, it
goes
will
back to our riches.
No, it'll bounce, and then I'll have to email you. Wait till the 1st of next month before you cash. Then it's gonna be
awkward. There was a little Post-it note on there. It says, "Wait until Thursday."
Well, we're always good for it. Just you have to let us know. We're moving this, we're moving that, we're moving this, we're moving that.
I gotta get some investors' monies to get in. I gotta invest now, invest now.
And one of the things I like
it's going down.
One of the things that Tom and I learned early on when we were donating and trying to be charitable, there's 2 things we learned. Number one is we wanted it to all go to charity 100%. We didn't want to do what we did in radio where it was like, more of a business transaction. It's less of that than like. So, and the second thing we learned is that we really, really, really like it when other people do every aspect of the charity thing. And we can just lend
Put
our
your
name.
names on it.
We just lean into it.
So they're like, these guys are heroes.
Because truly, that's what the children remember are the names on it, not the guys doing the work.
So, they're just like Tom and Dan. They did
so
it.
when the parents of these unfortunate kids, that are just trying to live, man. Like we don't.
The coloring book, I did barely anything. I
did nothing.
I did a retweet.
I've only held one of those coloring books one time. That's how detached I am from the show now.
Everybody else did the work.
I'm only here on Fridays. The rest of the time they have the second Daniel come in, and he's pretty darn good.
People don't know that.
Sorry.
I like the second Daniel better.
Does that sentiment? Just that sentiment of like not taking a cut is beyond. It's like unprecedented, and like more than enough work. So sit on your laurels and have your minions make coloring books and whatever, but you guys deserve a huge amount of
that's what
credit,
Tom wanted to talk to you about. He wants to start taking a cut. No, I'm not kidding. I'm totally kidding.
Let's talk about this cut.
You got to pay for those order shirts.
No, that is the number one thing that always bothered us is that when we did this kind of shit, it was always like there was a cut. It should not be that way because instantly you've instantly taken the word charity and thrown it in the trash. Juan, we love you. Thanks for all that you do, and thanks for setting up this orb exchange deal on Twitch, man. I really do appreciate it.
For sure. Love you guys too. Have a wonderful show.
You as well. Happy Titty Friday. Good sucking to you, sir.
Happy gigantic Titty Friday.
Exactly. Good sucking to you, sir.
All right.
Good sucking.
Let's jump into Dump 'em Out because we have an insane list.
Let's wrap the show up right now.
You know what? Let's get the hell out of
We got too many topics on the list today. It's the end of the motherfucking show. So come on, baby, let's dump 'em out and play. I wanna see your topics. Ooh, I wanna also see your bottom mix.
Dump 'em Out brought to you by Injured on the Go, justcallmo.com. If you have any, car
I got a lot of sleep
accidents-
last night. I'm on the buttons today.
I like
I'm on
that,
them. I'm feeling them. I'm feeling them.
Danny Buttons.
I wish that was a name. A cool name.
Justcallmo.com. All right, what should we start off with? Andrea's mom and the hot dog. What is that?
Why would you start with that?
Well, that's what it says on the
That's
paper.
top on the list.
Okay, should we call? Do you have my wife's number? Let me see if I can get her to call in. It would just be better if I had my wife's interaction here.
Okay.
Let me see if I can scroll through my text messages. Butler, tell us what the hell we're drinking. I know.
Oh, yeah, go through
we're
that.
drinking out of our
Texting my
BDM
wife.
CBE glasses, by the way.
Yeah. And
This is a Los Rios. Rios?
Rios. It's
hold on a second. Don't
No,
say it
don't.
like you know how to say it, and then second
Los
guess
Rios.
it. Nobody
Rios.
Spanish does that. Nobody Spanish says the Spanish and rolls their R's and then goes and then
That's
double
a
backs
chopper
up.
move.
Yeah.
Also, not that hard to say.
Los Rios.
It's like, Los Rios. Yeah, didn't need to
You're
be
like,
Los Rios.
Rios.
I had to reiterate it. So this is ABC's brand, so definitely get this. Any local ABC, they have the Añejo, the Blanco, and the Raspado. I guess, all three of those. Yeah, they have they also have a mezcal.
I'm a tequila man. My wife is a tequila gal. And this is this is the way we like to drink our tequila when we're not doing shots. She's a chilled tequila shot lime gal.
This is delicious.
Well,
I think he gave me straight tequila.
it's an unsweet margarita. It's called ranch water. This is what we're drinking today. It's called ranch water. It's one shot. Oh, my wife's calling. It's one shot of. This is good because she can talk about where she found this recipe. Is she on line 1? I can just snag her. Line 2. Hold on a second.
Topo Chico.
Hey, babe, we're drinking ranch water.
Oh, you are? Do people like it?
Well, I mean, it's an acquired taste. To Mr.
It's got a
Tom,
bite.
Mr. Tom likes it. I think Travis mixed it a little too heavy.
I got
Why are you
spicy.
saying Mr. Tom like it's
Or
Maisie?
excuse me, Mr. Travis. Mr. Travis. Because when I go into mom's, I'm sorry. You know what? I deserve every bit of shit I get for that. I don't know. When I hear my wife's voice, I don't curse anymore.
Start calling people Mr. by their first name.
Yeah, that's what dads do. But this is one shot of key lime juice, one shot of the Los Rios tequila, and the rest of it you just fill it to the brim with the spicy Mexican seltzer known as Topo Chico or Topo Chico. And this is your refreshing summer drink. It's like a margarita, but without all the sugar that's going to make you fat.
Right.
I doubled down on the
because
tequila,
it's
though.
only, your calories are only in, whatever tequila you're drinking, and then it's just light and fresh, and I highly recommend it.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah. Isn't it refreshing? It's good, especially if you're out with your plants. That's kind of what I was thinking of for you.
That's a good pool drink.
Yeah, you get out by the pool. But anyway, the reason I wanted you to call, babe, wasn't because of ranch water. It was because I had a strange exchange with your mom while she was eating a hot dog.
You had to look away. You looked away really fast.
Well, because your mom was eating the hot dog as if she was...
How was she eating it?
Wait, what?
Okay, so I made a big Memorial Day barbecue, and I went and
Was she doing the thing where the mascara was rolling in her eyes?
No, it was... Okay, you gotta listen to this because she listens to every show.
Oh,
sorry.
No, I'm sorry.
But,
I apologize.
So I bought...
She doesn't know what that means.
I bought the... Oh, she knows more than you think.
Okay.
I bought the long sabrettes, the big ones in the real casing with the snap. I grilled them until they broke open just a little bit, made to order. What do you want? You want a little bit of char? You want your dog a little, So I made us the dogs, and we're making up these hot dogs. And when Andrea's mom went to eat the hot dog, she was double fisting it. And then she was like looking at it like, like doing like,
Open wide.
And I look over.
Oh, my God. She was not doing that.
And I looked over and I go, oh my God. And I immediately looked at Andrea and I go, write that down because I got to talk about that. And then your mom
didn't
started
have to talk about
No, and then your
My
mom
mom stopped eating because she was like, also like, whoa.
Yeah, she knew. Her mom
probably because of your reaction. though.
Yeah, but we both had a moment
You
where we
shamed
knew
her.
that Andrea was the nerd and we were the cool dudes. Like
hot
I had a
dog shamed
moment.
her.
Yeah, I had a moment with Vicky where we both looked at each other and we're like, get this nerd out of here. Because we both wanted to make a hot dog dick joke, I think. I think we both did.
Come on.
I can feel it.
Your mother-in-law.
Yeah, she's fun. She's party. She's a pizza party mother-in-law.
Yeah, but you don't make the...
she's TD mother-in-law.
No.
Yeah, she parties. She's fun.
The dick joke with the hot dog.
Andrea, did it not feel like your mom knew?
She knew because she, pulled the hot dog away from her
Yeah,
mouth
she was like,
because
oh, God. We were doing a bit.
God damn it.
Yeah, we were doing a bit. It's just more fun in my house. Okay, I love you. We're doing Dump 'em Out early, so that's all I needed you for is just to make sure people don't think I'm a liar when I'm,
Well, enjoy that ranch water.
Oh,
yeah.
That's what your mom said. I shouldn't have. That was too far.
Too far. Take it back.
Okay, I take it back. I love you.
Love you back.
All right, bye. Sorry about that.
Let's
buddy.
move
I
on.
know you.
Moving on to the next Dump 'em Out topic. Tom wants to talk about the job market.
Okay,
and
yeah.
how it will transition.
So we go from fun hot dog eating to
business.
serious economy.
Serious old man.
No. And I do not want this to be a serious conversation. I am just
So why'd you bring it up?
well, because I think we could talk about it in a asking a question and trying to figure out like where it's going to go instead of taking any sort of like stance or political stance or having some sort of emotion into it. I just straight logic.
I got to
right?
turn the air on. This tequila's making me
Yeah.
hot.
So I've been seeing posts from our buddy Steve White from Porky's Barbecue,
Yes.
owner of Porky's, and he's having a rough time getting employees. Right, like
Yeah.
it's been going on for months now,
He's
where you
asking
can't find
for a dishwasher right now. Yesterday, I think.
literally can't find employees. Like no one, he's had the position open. No one applies. Right, can't find someone to work. And then me and Crystal went to Chipotle the other day. Like Crystal was starving or whatever.
Must have been a special occasion.
And I'm waiting outside, and Crystal's like, it's taking a long time. Half an hour later, she gets up to the front, and they're like, I'm sorry it took so long. We don't have any employees or enough employees to run the store. It's a problem, whatever. Then I've seen some other posts from small business owners, and they're like, can't find employees, right? It seems, I have no idea. I didn't look at any stats or
You're
whatever.
just asking. I see.
Yeah, but it seems like this is an ongoing problem. And then I started thinking about it. I was high the other night, like every night.
Yeah,
And then
that's nothing new.
And I was like, I wonder what that is. And then I started thinking, and this is just a theory I have, and tell me if you think it's logical.
Okay.
And I was like, I think that there's a segment of the job market, and I know that some people are going to be like, well, like, unemployment and people still being on like that is keeping them from getting jobs. But besides that, I think there's a segment of the workforce that doesn't have to do jobs or like basically young people jobs, like in your food service,
Sure,
and your butler. Can you?
It's just
like service industry jobs.
Service industry jobs, retail, all this stuff. I think, and obviously those particular jobs are primarily young people have them. It's like when you're starting, you need a job, you get this.
I never had one of those.
Yeah. And
I went right to like just a step higher.
Yeah, and they're hard jobs, and
They're very hard.
That's why young people usually do them. Obviously, young people, you have more stamina. You're younger. It's easier to lift shit. Young people do harder jobs, primarily stereotypically, because they need the job, they need the money, and they're young enough to not break their back. It's harder to do in your 50s, obviously.
Right.
Like Steve was telling you, I can't do this job that young people can that usually do.
Right. Yeah, sure.
I think that the internet, just like we did, where we use the internet to start our company, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people are using the internet to as ways to get income.
Yeah, you
and
can hustle on the internet, man.
Yeah.
It's no different than the streets.
So
right?
with obviously Uber Eats and all the different delivery jobs that are out there, all the Etsy stuff, everything you could sell on the internet, there's a bunch of different ways to make money.
Yeah.
I think it's taking people away from that particular market, right? Like the young person job market. It's segmenting that.
Yeah.
So there's not enough employees to fill these jobs, and also they're hard-ass fucking jobs, and someone's sitting back and thinking like, well, I could go bust my ass and wash dishes or work in the food industry, and it's fucking difficult. Plus, when you work for a company, like a small business, any sort of business, they give you your hours.
Sure.
So you have to abide by whatever they give you.
It's so regimented. Yeah. Like I got a buddy of mine's a photographer, and his main job now is exactly what you're saying. He does customer support for, let's say, that Signal Tech company that calls us by mistake. He does customer support for them. So all he does is do computer work with old people, but he can do it on his own hours.
Yeah.
He only has to fill it in a certain amount of time. He gets paid, comparable to what you would have it like a Chipotle, but he doesn't have to get up. He doesn't have to wear the uniform. He doesn't have to drive to work. He doesn't have to meet with his manager. He doesn't have to go to the team meeting. Yeah, he doesn't have to make burritos all day long.
Yeah.
Like he literally just does this, and he's not getting rich, but I would choose it over Chipotle.
Yes,
I would.
And if you're looking at it as a young person, I honestly thought about this as myself. Like if your parents or someone's like, man, you need to go get a job at least to make $500 a month to pay your cell phone bill.
My dad did that to
and
me.
your car insurance.
Yeah, my
right?
dad wanted me to get a job. Sure.
In the past, you'd have to go to a business, apply or whatever, and then now it's not like you could just make $500 a month. They give you your schedule, and you have to abide by that, right?
Yeah.
So, and you probably make more than that, way more. But now we have the ability to use the internet, and you could be an Uber driver or whatever else, and you could make $500 a month and then stop. You work on your own accord, and like you make exactly the money you make. Why would you go and work a traditional young person hard-ass fucking job if you don't have to? And that's what I'm saying. It's like, it seems like this is going to become a bigger and bigger problem, and the companies that relied on the younger workforce to do hard, shitty jobs, it is going to be rough for them,
Go with me on this. I don't think this is a new thing. Okay? Follow me.
Okay.
I could have done McDonald's. I didn't. I did soccer linesman. Step up. Right? Make it a little bit more money, right?
Yeah.
But I just gave it more thought. Like, I didn't, my dad, I like soccer, whatever. Like, now with the internet, it's easier, so everything's tighter.
Work for yourself, essentially.
But you can look for jobs easier, too. Like, you don't have to settle for just driving down the street to work
Whatever's
for McDonald's.
Yes, you're right.
Because you can get online. Oh,
And
there's a guy
yes.
in Texas that needs people to answer these old people's questions about signal tech for 14 whatever. I don't even know the numbers. Sure, I'll do that because I have a laptop. I can do it. Yeah, but I'm saying that
the internet has broken up this section of workforce.
It's evened it up, yeah.
And we're seeing like things happen because of it. Businesses not being able to fill positions because there's no one who wants to do these jobs.
Right.
And it's not for any other reason. I know people want to take it political, be like, oh, they're lazy. The kids are lazy. Why would they do a hard-ass job if they could make money doing an easier one?
You're also looking...
Why would we work for a Clear Channel, iHeart, when we could do it our fucking selves?
There it is. And
we
you're
did
also
it.
Looking through,
Everybody's doing this.
Your lenses are old. You're looking through it with... You're applying what worked for you when you were at that stage. And this is the problem we always get into, right? We keep the glasses on, the style of glasses that our filter...
back in my day glasses.
The back in my day filter is on hard, and you just can't look at it like that.
Yeah, like when me and the Grizz worked at Home Depot, and we
you hated it, right?
Fuck yeah!
Exactly.
He still talks about it. He hated it. It's been 25 years.
It was 10:30 at night till 7 in the morning, Monday through Friday, and
at least you got Monday through Friday.
It was horrible,
but it's not normal to work like that.
But but it was stocking bolts and all the shit at Home Depot overnight, and it was horrible. And believe me, if me and the Grizz had any other way to make money through the internet, through any other way, we would have done that. We wouldn't have fucking picked Home Depot. Now we probably would have.
We probably nailed it with us. I mean, exactly what we did. We're like, wait, we can make the same or more money doing this?
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's try it. Like that's exactly what everybody else is doing, right? Or
I think so. Yes.
Or a select group of people. I don't think it's laziness at all.
I don't either.
It's a way that the times are changing, and I hope. Like, listen, I really hope Steve is going to be able to work through this and get the employees he needs and stuff, and all small businesses that are trying. And I feel bad for them because there's. A huge contingent of businesses that rely on this particular workforce, and it seems like they're not there.
Yeah,
and it sucks. And it sucks for them.
Entice them to come back.
What do you think?
And I don't know if there's any other businesses that are being affected by it, but it seems like the hardest jobs, the retail, not even much of the food service, because food service is harder than retail, I think. Retail's a pain in the ass, but at least you're in air conditioning. You're working with clothes, like food service.
Yeah, but anything with customers
cleaning
sucks because people are the worst.
Yeah, you're dealing with
customers. But
I
do think food service is probably slightly worse than retail, but they both suck.
I think just the environment, being around food service is harder. It's hotter. It's more grease. Like there's a lot of things that are harder about it.
I've never done food service, so I am like ultimately ignorant to it. Like friends that I know, like Juan, who just called him, and he was a lifer. Here's a guy that is a chef, trained.
When you work your way up and you can make tips, you can do good. But if you start off as busboy or dishwasher and shit, that shit is fucking hard.
Yeah. But you don't share that, is my point. So my question to you guys is, and this is an actual question because I'm ignorant, it's not possible if you're the chef, or let's say you're head chef and you're checking plates. I think that's how it works. While you've got other people that are like kind of cooking things and you're kind of running the line. So you're like in charge. I only know what I've seen on shows, but you're running the line, making sure that quality control is in place, that kind of thing. Those people couldn't pivot and do the dishwasher job, right? Like the dishwashing job is its own entity.
It depends on the kitchen.
Because like it's kind of like here is what I'm saying. Like here, we all kind of bleed over into different areas, right? Like if Tom needs me to help him with something, or if I need him.
Like if it's like a fast food type of situation, you're doing everything.
You're doing everything, right?
But especially as a starter.
Right.
But when you start, you have to do the shitty jobs, and that's how it's always been. It's like the new guy does the shit jobs, and he works his way up. You work your way up from dishwasher or busboy to a server, and that's how it's always been in the restaurant.
Answered. He said, if the dishwasher calls out, it's an absolute nightmare. That's kind of what I thought. Then those guys are going to have to pick up the slack. It's like I look at high octane restaurants. I mean high octane by like fancy ass. But we got a bunch of them around here, and when I see that kitchen environment, and then I could see an easy job for an entry level kid to get online to just like answer some questions, or an Etsy shop or something. Like, which would you choose, right?
Yeah,
right?
and then also
think
about as a teen or whatever, when you get your first job, because you need to make X amount of money. You go there, you apply, and then they call the shots. They're giving you your schedule.
Absolutely.
And they're giving you
no say in any of that.
Yeah.
Nothing.
And then most of the time.
You're making, like if you're a waitress or something, or a waiter, you're making shit pay, and you're dependent mostly on tips. And let's be honest, there's a lot of people that either don't tip or tip shitty, or
you have to
treat
deal
you like
with
shit.
people too. What kind of what?
And when the pandemic shut down, a lot of them got laid off.
Or even the hard work of like digging ditches or like cleaning or some shit that's actually
like $10 an hour.
Manual labor.
I would take ditch over server though, because I can.
In Florida,
dude, I would. This is
server,
maybe,
you can make good tips,
but I don't want to be yelled at, and I don't want people leaning on me, and I don't want my temper in play. Just leave me alone, give me a shovel, and I'll work as hard as I can.
Now, the other side of this is like, the old man in me saying that, it's good for people to do shit they don't want to do.
That is true.
Like, if you look back at your own life and you're like, man, I did this shit, I didn't want to do it. Yeah.
There are tons of people that do a job that they don't like, but they get paid enough to where it's like, all right, well, this is a livable wage. I'll deal with it. Most people don't like their job.
Like justification pay.
No, 100%. I'm just saying, like, the real shitty stuff. Like, you do it, you get over it, and you're a better person after in life or whatever. Or at least you reference that as like, man, that job was shitty. At least I'm doing this. It's like, a good reference to have as a human adult. You look back at your younger days, you're like, man, I had this shitty job. I got through it. I worked hard. I whatever. And then it sucked, but I did it. It made me a better person. There'll be a version of that in the future, the new, but it's like, it does. It's interesting to me. And I'm like, wonder what companies rely on this type of labor force that are going to be forced to change, transition, go out of business. How the fuck are they going to survive?
All of that.
If you relied on this labor force and now it doesn't exist anymore because it's so segmented, because half of them are doing their own shit on the internet. That's all of it.
Yeah.
I just thought of it the other night and I was like, man,
I agree with
it
that.
seems like a problem. I don't know. Email me. Email me, because it could be in our micro universe. Because
I traveled to Georgia, and the whole way there was hiring everywhere. Online, everywhere's hiring.
Yeah.
Seems like
it's everywhere.
People don't want to do these shitty jobs because they don't have to.
Right.
That's it. From our Twitch chat room, I like to check in. BDMXCon is slaying me. He says, my first job was at KFC until the manager spent the whole safe on pain pills, but got ripped off, so they fired everyone at the store.
No.
So we have that one.
Yeah.
Then we have Izzy says, my wife's uncle made me feel uncomfortable this weekend because he flipped out on a service charge that was like $19. Plus, they already added the gratuity, and they added a service charge to the other bill because there's only 2 bills per table. So it was a whole big mess, and the Varus Hammond that they took out of the money, but it was I don't know what that means. That's a long comment, Izzy.
Anyway,
there was a huge payoff there, and I fucked it up.
There's more of an observation, and it seems like we'll be talking about it more in the future when
I guess
things
we'll just
progress.
have to see what happens.
Yeah. And maybe it's just a microcosm, and like this will right itself, but it doesn't seem like it can, because people have other options.
We'll
how
transition just like we did back in the day when we used to have tons of industrial jobs and manufacturing jobs in America. Now we don't. We just, you pivot to something else.
I wonder if this means the end of certain businesses that we're used to.
We're seeing that.
A lot of brick and mortar, I think, will go away.
But I don't necessarily know. There will be a swath of small businesses, mom and pops, that make it.
Yeah.
Because they already treat their employees a little bit better than a traditional corporation would. So those people already know what it feels like to be understaffed or pivot or have to do like overlap there. Yeah. But your corporations that are dead set on like certain ways, they're going to have to change their whole model.
We'll probably end up having to pay more for like a mom and pop restaurant or something.
I would imagine.
And in society, that should, like if you want mom and pop like one-off barbecue
or
whatever,
stay at home and cook yourself.
You got to pay more, or you're going to get cheaper corporate barbecue made by robots because they're going to be fucked too because all their employees. I imagine the giant corporations and the fast food just go to robots, right? Like, and that's the inevitable transition. It's like I'll just have this robot make it and have like some tech IT guy there and a mechanic to fix a robot.
Yeah.
So, anyway,
he's back there fixing the chef.
So next on the list, my beard, and I talked to Ghost of Manute Bowl.
He's in the chat room right now,
and he
20,000
orbs.
He's
making major gains, bro.
Yeah, 20,000 orbs. This guy. That's 2 T-shirts, Tom. If you're playing at home,
we talked a little bit about this on ACT. But Ghost of Manute Bowl, BDM, in our Twitch chat room, he had problems growing a beard like I do. And he said that he found this Reddit page.
I need to see his before and afters.
Yeah. He sent it to me.
Oh, what the hell?
Or does that ruin? Does that ruin? Because I don't know what he looks like.
I don't either. I want to know.
I don't like knowing what the chat people look like.
I thought it was a ghost of a tall ass black dude.
Yeah.
That's what I imagined. And
Is
then
he
it's
not that?
No,
like
just a
Danny DeVito beard.
Regular bearded fatso like everybody else. They're all bearded fatso.
Yeah. Now he's bearded.
He's not even a fatso, but I'm just calling him a bearded fatso.
Well, I mean, he's not an Adonis, is he? I mean,
he may be. I only saw him from the neck
come
up.
in 2 shades: fatso or Deltona skinny. Like that's it.
That's true.
That's it. That's all we got. There's no normos.
So
if you're a normo, write me. If you're a normo,
he claims that he started like foaming up his face with this Rogaine.
You don't have to say it like that. No,
minoxidil.
You put the minoxidil foam on your face. You don't foam up your face.
Okay, and then this Reddit page of a bunch of people that that swear by it and say it works before and afters. And he sent me a before and after, and he's like, "Look at my beard before and after. I put this Rogaine on my face. It grew."
How long's he been Rogaining?
Over a year, two times a day.
If you just go once a day, is it 2 years?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, this is just a bunch of Reddit
what if
people.
You just did it like once a month for 5 years?
Listen, not that I don't trust Ghost and the Reddit pages, but I'd like to hear from some doctor out there, someone that says like,
Do you know a doctor? I don't know any doctors.
A hair, like the follicle, because he's claiming that it just.
Let's call Dr. Actor. Let's see what's up.
If we rub,
what are your wife?
If we rub it on my tongue, in 1 year's time, will I have a hair tongue?
I think it has to be skin, right?
Yeah, well,
my tongue's got skin.
I told her about this, and she was just like,
she doesn't trust it.
What does she know? No. But he's claiming that you have to have hair follicles, and then this is what Ghost of Manute Bowl says. The hair follicles that just grew like peach fuzz before will be stimulated to grow thicker, coarser hair, therefore filling your beard out.
Does he have one of those rollers that I was showing you guys?
Yeah, it's like that thing you use to put air holes in pizza dough.
Yeah.
His after picture, he's got a luxurious beard.
He's also nude.
Forward us the damn picture.
Yeah, I'll show it to you. But I just want to hear.
Break, we'll go check it
out. A derma roller. He says he does have one. See, I told you those work.
I can't do the derma roller.
I did a lot of research on this yesterday during my lunch break, and I'm for it.
I don't want to roll holes into my cheeks.
We can't even convince you to fucking make a lunch.
That's
true.
I'm motivated by the beard, though, because
He's also dipping into the tequila today, so you might get your wish. That's more than I've ever seen him drink. Yeah, he's just sipping it. I'm like, oh.
Because my entire life I've wanted to have a beard, and it was my dream, and then I gave up on my dream years ago.
That's a weird dream for me.
Because
just because you can't do it.
Imagine if you
just want the option.
Samantha, imagine if you didn't have titties. All right, I'm sorry. I had to.
I don't even know know what to say about that.
No. But like, if you didn't have them, and then they were like weird looking or like
tubes.
But you're not weird looking.
Yeah.
You got to make it at least comparable.
Yeah, if you had
You
two
look good
hot
without a
dogs
beard.
growing, yeah, you do look good without a beard.
If I just had small titties, I'd be perfectly happy.
And
Probably
you do
better
look
for my
fucking
back.
weird with a mustache.
What would you say if we said we would not have hired you if you had small titties?
I'd believe you.
What about?
Correct answer. No, I'm kidding.
I'm trying to think because there's not really any comparable thing to
Hire me
a
for my
woman.
tits.
Because
We did.
for a man, growing a beard is like a rite of passage.
No, but there are girls with small
Yeah.
tits that would like bigger tits, but like I have them, so I know that it's not that great.
Yeah, but
The only thing I can
but
compare
it's-
it to, you know when girls get
But if I-
thinning hair?
Yeah.
And that can be like literally demoralizing. Like that's like soul crushing, you know?
Yeah.
But you can
Because
get wigs.
women and long
But,
hair, that's
yeah.
like a thing.
And-
It's still a thing.
Yeah.
It'll
they're
be a
expensive.
long time before we get to a point where we don't, still have these weird things that we've engineered for years.
I'm trying to think of something. Imagine maybe you had like bad coarse hair in your armpits, and you were tired of shaving them every day.
Yeah, with
and
just
then,
one thick hair.
Oh, yeah, and then
Look like a nickel.
And
it
then-
just grows out like a nickel in width.
And then you found out like about laser treatment, and you got it lasered off, and you're like, wow, no more shaving my armpits. I don't have to worry about it growing back. Some
What
women
happened to
get, like,
mustache women? We used to have a lot of mustache women
They
around.
bleach it. I think laser treatment gets rid
I
of
like
it.
Y'all got shame.
I liked it better when they would walk around with the mustache, too busy to do anything about it. I like a fat, older woman with a big mustache who's too busy handling her business to worry about what you think about her mustache. I'm serious about that. There is a level of confidence she has. No bullshit. I don't have time for you to make fun of my mustache. I got kids to drive around. I got shit to do.
So here's the problem, though. Apparently, based on the Reddit page and what the Ghost of Manute Bowl told me, you have to let it go again. So you have to start growing your beard out and then putting the foam on and then just
Yeah.
let the beard. You can't shave.
You can't shave your gains.
Why not? I don't think it would. I know. I think
That's what they say.
misinformation.
According to
I don't-
everything I read,
No.
too, it said to leave it alone.
No, I don't think that matters.
And
You can't just
derma-roll
groom
it.
it though. You can't just like groom it. It's gonna grow regardless.
Yeah.
You got to
Stimulation.
derma-roll it.
I'm with Butler. If you put the foam on there and you roll it good, you shave, you're fine. You got the foam in there.
But it's not going to instantly grow. What's going to happen is that it's going to grow
You gotta
my
let it sprout.
my disgusto beard again,
Yeah.
and then it's going to start
you got to
after
burn that off.
8 months.
Throw a guard on that guy. Keep on putting your stuff on there. Keep it nice and
That's what
short.
I
You
think.
don't have to go
All right,
ZZ
Ghost
Top.
says you don't have to let it go. All you need is a little stubble. So
Yeah.
you just need like a 5 o'clock shadow
Yeah.
the whole
Yeah, yeah.
time.
I agree.
Okay.
Just keep it at a low guard.
Look, you keep it on a low guard. You get like a 1 or a 2.
Are you in? Are you in?
What's the chances it works? I'm so
Well, you
skeptical.
won't
back
know
and
until you
down now.
try.
You talk yourself out of everything, including
what's
every
going on?
bit,
You'll have
every
to have
guess.
the butler, like Butler's got going
Yeah,
on.
you
Just
gotta
a
have that.
stubble look.
And Butler doesn't look that gay.
Yeah, but my stubble,
George Michael.
I look like grosso, like white trash. And then,
I mean, you kind of
Well,
look like
right
that.
now,
dare
no,
you,
I
bitch.
was
Damn, that's that tequila's getting him good.
yeah, I was gonna say today you look like. You right now you look like white trash shaved.
White trash went to court.
Because if you had stubble, you'd still. There is some truth to what Sam's saying. It's not like there's.
I mean, you walk around with stains on your shorts.
Oh,
and
okay. Well,
stinky
don't bring that up.
flip-flops
When I
and-
go to a
like
the
business
beard is
meeting.
the least of your
and
worries.
it's like he
All
says
right.
it's smoothie, but I believe it's cum.
And I don't think that toe's ever growing back in. Normal,
Yeah.
by the
What
way.
happened to your toenail?
It's growing back. It's the boots. Don't talk about it.
It's the what?
It's the
boot
boots.
is too big.
Let's go to the Surrey voice change.
Yeah.
Donald Glover.
Everybody,
Siri.
turn your
Oh, whatever.
Siri right now to a cool, hip, multicultural teen, because that's what they've done. Has everybody changed their
I don't
Surrey?
have Surrey.
I've never even changed my ringtone or anything.
Oh,
like I
you still
know.
got the.
My phone's always on silent.
I still got the Jurassic Park.
If you talk to it now, if you're like, here, I'll get the weather. Now, regular Siri is different. Hey, Siri, what's the weather?
It's currently cloudy and 86 degrees. Expect rain starting in the afternoon and thunderstorms tonight. Temperatures are heading down from 86 degrees to 77 tonight.
See?
Ah.
Young, cool, multicultural teen.
All right.
I got Pat Mahomes in my pocket. I got Donald Glover in my pocket at all times. I have a cool young teen in my pocket.
Now,
Weird.
what about like older British lady. That's who Sir.
I don't do that anymore. Yeah, no, I changed it. This young hip. This guy's not. Obviously, he's not white. And he says things like, he's like, "Are you sure you want to send it?" And I'm like, "Yes." And he'll go, "Okay, I did it." Like, he says cool things. He says cool things to me. Like he was like, "Are you sure you want to send it?" And I'm like, "Change." And he's like, "That's cool." Like, he'll say things like that to me, and I'm like, this guy's fucking my new best friend. I love him.
You know when Joaquin Phoenix fell in love?
You know when Joaquin Phoenix? Do you know Joaquin Phoenix?
When he fell in love with the computer, his Alexa at home or whatever, that movie.
Her.
Is this the beginning of you just being friends with your phone? Like, you got too excited about this.
I did get very excited.
And you put it on a list, and for me, it's a 0. I'm like, who cares what voice it is?
It's cracking me up because the voice tries so hard to be split the difference between white young guy and black young guy, and it seriously sounds like they're trying to create a thing.
Yeah, but you're like, this guy's my friend.
Oh, he's my buddy. He's my new
which
buddy.
is weird.
Yeah, I love it.
Could it be the future of like there be some AI and phones our kids have that just talks back to them? They're like,
that's a Black Mirror episode.
Like, I mean, that would be good. That'd be good for kids that are like super lonely. You know,
because you could
like those extreme weirdos.
But it could get bad.
It could, but
it could turn on you and kill you like space.
No, it can't turn on you and kill you.
Besides from turning on you, you can
become a loner and just don't talk to actual society.
You start talking because over the pandemic, we learned that
social skills are important.
There's something about human interaction that we really want, right? We strive for. It's like now with going to Publix. When me and you were walking to Publix and talking to a cashier with no mask, I'm like, wow, this is weird and so much better of an experience. I could see a person's face. She's talking to me, and then I'm like, wow, that was a percentage. I couldn't even put a number to it, but a percentage better that actually was tangible to me.
Right. It moved the needle.
But if you have no friends and your phone could talk back to you, I think it would.
That'd be pretty cool.
Especially if there was no other human option and it was just your phone, you're a loner or whatever. It probably will get you by, right? Because it'll drive you crazy being
that was Mr. Robot. Not to bring that up all the time, but one of the FBI agents, she just was so invested in her job that like Alexa was like her fucking best friend. It was kind of sad.
We probably will live in a world like that, right? Like when the AI gets
agree.
Well, in varying degrees, we already do it. Whether it be a stuffed animal for a kid, I mean. It doesn't have. It's not real or anything, but there's a level of comfort, and there's something
and they'll
there.
make voices.
Yeah, and you use your imagination, and because I think that it's possible to have different levels of you, or even have a conversation with yourself. At least I know I do it, but I'm crazy.
So, which one have you done more? Have sex or pump a full tank of gas?
Yeah, this was a high thought.
That's a great question.
This was a high thought, and I had Samantha throw it on there. Which do you think in your lifetime you've done more? Pumped a full tank of gas into your car, or pumped a full tank of cum into your wife?
Oh, well, yeah.
I didn't need to say that part, but the tequila.
Can it be just regular sex?
Yeah. Ranch water.
I'll go first because I saw this and I was like, that is a good question, but I do have probably a definitive answer, and it's probably different than you think. I think I've had sex more.
Okay.
Only because
Sam and I disagree.
You preferenced, you said full tank. Because for the first,
he never puts in a full tank.
Well, in my entire now I do in my late 30s, right? But in my entire life, probably up until 35,
So what if I changed it? What if I changed the metrics on this and just said number of times you've had sex?
Gas.
So it'd be gas.
100%, probably 10 times more. But not full tank because I just started doing before. Like even in my 20s, I'd go there and be like $10, which is the saddest thing in the world, by the way. If you've been super poor in your life,
I've done it,
and you've gone.
I've done $2, $3, $1. I've done $1 and whatever change I have on me to get my car home.
In my 20s, I fucked like a rabbit, though, man. It was all the time.
Do you think more gas than more gas?
Oh no, definitely. I fucked more than.
You fucked more than gas. Okay, Sam.
Fucked more than gas.
No. Any side, like even a little bit of gas?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh my God. He's a real pervert.
Well, no. And I've been with my husband for, not as long as Butler's been with his wife, but almost like 15 years or something.
Time.
And like a lot of times he drives, so he's pumping the gas. So.
Am I the newest relationship out of all of us?
No, because you've been with Andrea a long ass fucking time too, right?
Not as long as you've been with Crystal, and I've
been with my husband for 14 years.
I think I'm right at that.
Yeah.
What about you?
18.
Oh my God, we're some lifers here. Jesus, we are not fun at all.
No,
mine's some number that it's scary to even think about.
39.
I don't even know.
It's like 28
Since
years.
birth.
I was 16, so
oh
what
my
the fuck
God.
was that a long time ago?
Jesus Christ.
You
want to take a break?
Yeah. We can take a break.
Yeah, unless you want to still dump. We can dump.
No. One more thing, dump them out
please.
that I had to talk about. So, we got a new sound bar, right?
Yes.
Finally, and it made a huge difference. Sony got a hookup from our BDM Jason.
Hookups.
This guy's Captain Hookup.
Buy my own goddamn soundbar.
And anyway, I used to have the $99 Walmart special, and then I upgraded. And so I've been watching a lot of Planet Earth, just like you do when you get a new TV.
When you get high and you start watching Planet Earth.
I'm like, how good the sound is. Dolby Digital.
Oh, my God. I can hear him making a spider web.
My stepmom was the executive producer for that.
And so I'm watching the
Do you believe that?
No, I don't.
Okay, I don't either.
Wait, it's her name on the credits?
Yeah, because I asked to get the interview. He's like, she won't do interviews with you. And I'm like, I
don't like being in front of the camera.
So I'm watching, speaking of camera, the making of Planet Earth, and this is on Netflix right now, right? So we're watching, and the kids all like they come there watching it, right? At the end of the making of Planet Earth, they do a walrus segment.
Bloopers?
Right? No. It's a walrus segment where they show the camera people. They're living in this hut in some island that the migration of walruses come to, and then all of a sudden they wake up the next morning and there's hundreds of thousands of walrus that they're filming on this island.
Oh my God.
There's this other island that has a rockier cliff face, and the whole point, by the way, Planet Earth has gotten real depressing lately. It was all about how everything's dying and Earth is dying.
Yeah.
And
The sweet spot was when it's like, we have the cameras, here's the magnificent, and then they dig deeper, and you're like, don't dig that deep.
And then you got the old man David Attenborough telling you how everything's dying. And by the way,
at this point, we cannot change the course that we are on. We can only witness it from the sidelines.
And David Attenborough's got some jacked up bottom teeth. My son's mentioned it. He's like, what's wrong? He's got a gold, silver tooth, and they're all crooked on the bottom. He's like, you got some money.
You don't know nothing.
Classic British smile.
Anyway, so they go to this one island. They're talking about climate change, how there's a higher water. So the walruses have to climb higher. They climb these cliffs to get away from the push, the surge.
They get away from his teeth. They're like, the walrus, we got good tusks.
They have to, as they come ashore by the thousands, the ones up front climb to the top of these cliffs to get away from the ones behind them because it keeps pushing, right?
It's like World War Z.
So they're climbing all the way to the top of the cliffs to get away from the other walruses behind them, and inevitably they start pushing each other off because there's no room on these cliffs. Off the cliffs.
Oh my God! then you got to go behind security and get back in the pit.
No, they die.
It's going to be 300. Yeah,
they roll violently.
I hope you show this to your children.
My sons were watching it. My wife, she's like, turn it off. Walruses.
Give him grit, Tom. Do you want him to have grit or not? This is fucking nature.
Tommy was laughing like a psychopath.
I'm laughing like that's my friend, Team Pickles. Team Pickles, me and Tommy, man.
And I was like, what the fuck? Max and my wife are upset about these walruses. Are tumbling. They're like fucking 500 pounds, and they're falling down jagged cliffs and breaking their fucking tusk off, and they're falling hundreds of feet, bouncing off and landing in a graveyard of dead walruses.
Oh my God! It's like Ralphie May climbing Machu Picchu,
and they're showing each one in slow motion.
Yes.
And David Attenborough's like, "How sad is this?" As they fall, and there's blood is spurting out, and then there's just an army of dead walruses on the bottom of jagged cliffs, and they're like, this happens every year. And then Tommy's laughing at it. And Chris is like, don't show. I'm trying to turn off the fucking TV. I was like, why just show it Planet Earth? Jesus Christ.
That's what happens.
Oh my God, that's fantastic.
Did you have it? You could have just ended with walrus walruses come.
Oh my God,
and
that's
then,
good.
did you have to show them falling violently?
I'm going to have to go find that now.
The end of Making a Planet Earth.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to watch it. Let's take a little break.
Horrible.
We'll come back. If you want to call in, we're wide open, baby. 1-844-TOMNDAN. show@tomandan.com if you want to get in a last-minute email. We've got Ross coming up next with news. This is Deep Valley. We'll be back. The name of this song is I Like Crime. I do. You know, as long as it's not against me. We'll be right back. Welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I am Dan.
I'm Tom.
Samantha's here. Butler's here. The fish tank. Still here.
Mm-hmm.
Still a pain in the ass. And I'm not sure we're doing what we need to do with it.
It's good.
You think it's
good?
I don't know.
I'm going to start buying some online fish.
Okay.
I was sticking them in there, seeing what happens.
Okay. Speaking of online fish, let's go here.
Ross's piece of shit news.
Ross's news today brought to you by White Claw. I'm sure you've tried it. It's the best flavors of any hard seltzer. I've tried all other flavors of hard seltzers, and I cannot find a company that does it better than White Claw.
Yeah, I've had some other flavors. Had some last week with Sam. Pretty bad. Hold on.
How do you like White Claw, Ross?
Yeah, thanks for sponsoring the news, White Claw.
He's not a fan. I don't think. I don't think that's. I don't think I've ever. You know what? I don't think I've ever seen Ross drink a White Claw.
No,
he's champagne. He's champagne.
Yeah,
Jesus.
he's champagne Jesus.
I'm sure he's had a White Claw before.
I mean, not. I don't think he chose it.
I'm sure. I mean, how many people out there, percentage-wise, if you took a poll, have you tried White Claw? It's more than 50% of just random people walking around at this point, right? Or am I being skewed by my own bubble?
I think you're being skewed.
I can confirm for you that I have cracked one can of White Claw.
All right. How's it going, Ross?
Pretty good. How are you guys doing?
Good. What?
I have a peanut stuck in my throat. I'm so sorry. I ate peanuts. I'm sitting here dying while this whole thing is happening. I have so much to say. Anyway.
What Daniel was saying, I'm excited over this weekend, and then I have no idea.
I'm going out because, my wife and daughter have some dancing things that don't require me. And so I've been given a pass to kind of party. So I'm partying tonight and tomorrow night. And Ross, I will now defer to you. What is going on tomorrow night that people might want to know about?
Tomorrow night at the Bull and Bush, it's our 9-year anniversary show of Matt Gersting's Shit Sandwich Comedy Showcase.
Man.
I got comedians like Chris Buck. I got comedians like Kirk Bonacci from the Disney Channel. Simon Nash is flying in special from Texas.
What?
Bringing Will Blaylock down from Jacksonville. You know, I'm fucking excited. Marcus Crespo is going to be there. And I believe her first set back to comedy since she locked down, Carmen Morales.
Yeah, I saw that.
Dude, it's going to be crazy.
Wow. So, man, it's 9 years since he started the Shit Sandwich.
Tom hasn't been to one.
How dare you? I'm going to go eventually.
9 years, couldn't make it one.
I think year 10 he'll still roll around there.
Nobody even wants nobody wants me there. Ross doesn't want me there.
That's
Nobody
true.
wants
That
me
is
there.
true.
Nobody does.
I don't want you there.
No. And everybody's like, oh, you don't go out to my things. You don't want me there. Like, you don't want me talking to you. You don't want me talking to your audience. I'm annoying to everybody.
Now you get it. This guy gets it.
Listen, I'm annoying to Ross. You guys.
Why are you being so mean to yourself today?
No, I'm just being honest.
Okay, well, head out there. What time's everything kick off, Ross? And what time would you say we should arrive?
Man, show's at 9. If you want a seat, you probably better get there by 8:30ish. I'm guessing. If you want to watch a fat guy set up PA, definitely don't be there later than 8:15.
All right,
I'll be there.
So Ross, what are we going to start off with today?
All right, news today. We got some brutal stuff going on in the news today, guys. Let's jump right into it. This is from Belarus. This guy, Stepan Latipov. He was arrested for where's his charges? Organizing riots, resisting police, and fraud. They later accused him of planning to poison the police. He claimed he did none of it. They brought him in for his trial in Minsk, which they have that cool Russian feature. I don't know if you've seen it, where they put you in a cage to put you on trial.
I like the cage.
Tiger cage with bars and shit.
I mean, I wouldn't want to be in it, but I'm a fan of the cage.
I do like the cage. Yeah. When I see the defendant just there in a horrible suit, I'm just like, yeah. I'm like, which one? Is it him? He's the what? If they're in a cage, I'll be like, oh, that's the guilty one. Yeah. And then as a juror, I'll be like, it makes it easy. I'm like, oh, the guy in the cage,
I'm
guilty.
Like, guilty, cage. Yeah, I saw the cage. He's guilty. He's in a cage.
Probably not even a jury in Russia, right? It was just what do we got here? Like.
I don't know. I don't even know.
Just a judge and executioner, like it's a Judge Dredd style. How does that work?
Well, this is in Belarus again. First of all, so they gave him a chance to address the court, so he had that going for him at least. He got up, he took his mask off, and he said, "Quote, Father, police officers told me I will be put into the confinement cell, and my relatives and neighbors will be prosecuted under criminal law if I do not confess," end quote. And then, instead of confessing, he took what people said looked like a pen and stabbed himself in the neck until he fell down.
Oh my God!
God damn.
So he
said they told him they held him in a cell for 51 days, tortured him, and they told him, hey, you either confess in court or your dad's getting the same shit, and he chose to cut his own throat instead. Now, that happened. That goes down. Blood's everywhere. They go to get him out of the tiger cage, and whoever was responsible for that either wasn't there or couldn't find the key. They couldn't get into the cage for quite a while, but they did get him out and took him to the hospital.
Did he die?
Oh, my God.
No, he's still alive.
Oh, well, that's you're bullish.
I don't think
because they're really gonna get you and your family because you're told the secrets.
Yeah, but I don't think I'd be able to stab.
Right?
I don't think I'd be able to stab myself in the neck with a pen enough to kill myself.
Well, don't even try if you're not gonna get it.
You hit that fucking femoral artery.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't think I could, Ross. I've thought about this before. I've thought about could I take a knife and just slash my? I don't think I could. I don't think I could do that.
As a dad, Dan, somebody's got Maisie. They're like, we're gonna torture Maisie. I'm
a dead motherfucker. Yeah, I'm a dead.
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
Dead. Yeah.
Of course, it's all about motivation.
Well, he blew it because now they're going to torture her family worse because you said the secrets and you tried to fuck the system up by killing herself. They're going to get you.
They also told him, right? Didn't they straight up tell him his dad was going to, families were coming for you?
Also, I'm very stupid, Ross. I don't know where Belarus is. I have no idea.
You just went for Russia.
Yeah, because
It's close.
Yeah, you're all right.
Yeah.
They got the RUS in there. You're good.
But it's a Russia type thing, right? No, it's a corrupt, crazy. Well, that's what we're talking. The system is fucked in Belarus.
I mean,
right?
our system's fucked, right?
Not this bad though.
No,
it's
I know,
just
but
north of the Ukraine.
I'm just saying, there's
we'll let someone execute a pedophile if he's about to tell the secrets. But other than that, we treat our prisoners pretty good, right?
Pretty good. No, you're right. Okay.
We're good. Every once in a while, the Epstein, we're like, government's like, we got to kill this guy. But other than that, everybody, right? That was the only sketchy thing that's really, I mean, real egregious thing and that's happened in my lifetime where it's like, oh shit, that seems fucking fishy.
Yeah, that's weird.
Someone high up killed this guy. Anyway.
I didn't know what you were talking about. I thought for a second they got Jared.
Oh, no, he's on the limb.
Well, he don't have any secrets. Yeah. The regular pedophiles are put in jail.
Well, he did have one secret, and it was I believe it was the Veggie Delight.
Mm-hmm.
So, is this going to help? Did he actually, by getting attention and telling people in the world what's going on, is that going to save his family in any way?
What do you think?
Well, I think no.
I think you answered it. I think you already answered this.
Yeah. I don't.
I mean, either one of two things is true. Either that was just an idle threat all along, and they really got him to buy into it, or they are going to arrest everybody who knows and fucking torture them too.
Yeah. It
that's
seems like
terrible,
that,
man.
And it seems like they won't let this guy kill himself, and they'll just torture him. For to the end of time, right?
Yeah.
Because like he's already proven that he can stab himself in the neck. Therefore, he probably will try to kill himself again, right?
Yeah, they'll put him on suicide watch.
Yeah.
At the end of time.
Yeah. But God.
Did he, when he was sitting there in the cage after you stabbed yourself in the neck, does anybody
For a long time, because I remember they couldn't get him out.
Yeah. Are they talking to him? Is he saying I wonder, he's still conscious.
How does your neck feel? I don't know. It still feels bad, like pin. There's pin in it.
And also, you have the adrenaline and like everything to do the first couple stabs, but then when you're laying,
well, it starts to hurt and bleed, and then you
you're like right? Because he probably it took enough time.
It's like me in wakeboarding. I'm good. The first run, I'm pretty good, and then 2, 3, and 4 are a little wonky because I'm gassed out. I gassed myself out.
Because theoretically,
so it took me a minute to find an article that even described what he did really at all in any kind of detail. So like his move was he said all that stuff about they're going to torture my dad. He put something white in his mouth, like he bit down on a folded piece of paper or like some cotton or something he had. He like to bite down on, right? And then all the initial reports were saying he cut his throat. And then the one I found said he had a pen-like object. So either like punched it in and slashed, or like did the dot across and tried to like perforate the whole way across.
Good
and
God.
apparently he
That's
did
a real man.
He's in the cage. He's on a wooden bench, and he collapsed on the wooden bench, and he kind of laid there until they could get to him.
Oh man,
it's again a rough day.
Yeah. That's an unfortunate. That's an unfortunate Tuesday.
Yeah. We're all just there. We got bad days. They're like, my Chipotle took 3 hours, and then this motherfucker stabbing his neck with a pen to save his family.
Well, at least he went to the hospital.
And he didn't do it.
He collapsed.
He made it worse.
He collapsed on a wooden bench.
And then you're in some hospital, and you're like, they're gonna get me good and my family now.
But why even put him in the hospital if you're going to get him good, right?
They have to do some sort of like dog and pony show or this other.
So it's not a
They're
real
making
hospital.
An example out
it's
of
just
them.
guys. It's like Steven Seagal dressed like an orderly.
I don't know. Who knows?
Punching you in the flanks,
dude. Especially all around Russia. That whole shit is a fucking sketchy.
As soon as you said Russia, I forgot about Belarus. I went right to Russia.
Yeah, that shit is not a democracy, and is a scary ass. Like the government will murder you, no problem, and and it's not even It doesn't even seem like they're hiding it at this point. This guy was killed with a uranium BB, but they won't say it. But this guy was killed with a uranium BB, and because he was spoke out against the Putin or whatever. And you're like, well, they did it for sure. Like, who else killed him with a uranium BB?
Can you imagine?
Like the reporter that spoke out against Putin was killed by a uranium BB.
Can you imagine the amount of damage my dad could have done to carpenter beetles and bees if he'd had uranium BBs? Because he would shoot bees out of the sky with the old Daisy Copperhead classics. But uranium BB, that's got to be the coolest way to go, right?
No. I think
not even part of the news, you guys. But I was talking to somebody about the recent hackings, like the pipeline that got hacked. The beef factory that got hacked or whatever. And I was saying, because Biden's response is like, "Pretty sure it's you, Russia. I'd consider having people knock it off if I was you." And I was talking to somebody. They're like, "What would you even want Russia to do?" I was like, "Divert 10% of the Pussy Riot squad of this, get the fuck off of Pussy Riot.
Yeah.
Find these goddamn hackers in your borders."
Yeah, I think, are they not? I may be wrong on this. I think they're in the States now.
Oh, yeah?
Some of them. Yeah, some of them because I could be totally wrong in that, but they've been doing they've been popping up on like online concerts, and then bigger names are starting to kind of come in, like try to help them out, I think. I'll try to
Don't drink any unlabeled tea, Pussy Riot.
No,
stay the fuck away.
No, don't eat or drink anything in Russia. Just go there, stay, breathe, and come home. What else you got?
Okay, we're gonna keep it brutal. Chinese ultramarathon last week. A bunch of people signed up, running through the mountains. a fucking a freak storm blows up. 21 people dead.
Oh,
Jesus.
It started at 9 a.m. People ran off into the mountains. It looked like rainy and windy, but nobody really had any idea. 3 hours in, heavy rain, gales, hail. One runner said the rain felt like bullets hitting her face.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, 21 dead. It would have been 27, except there's this fucking shepherd up in the mountains, right? He's like, oh shit. He's out there with his sheep. He's like, here comes the fucking weather. Better bounce to my emergency cave, which he has, a fully stocked emergency cave. And then so he's chilling in his cave, and he just sees some dude run by with hail battering him.
Oh my
runs
God.
out, grabs him. He's like, what the fuck is going on? He's like, I don't know. There's hundreds of us. Help. And so this shepherd just keeps Forrest Gumping out into the storm and grabbing people, and saved 6 people that legitimately would have died in the mountains without this guy.
I saw the story.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
like this thing is like legit the scariest competition on earth.
Yeah.
So how'd they die? Was it like a flash flood, or was it just exposure? Like, did it get?
They're all dressed to run a marathon. They're wearing fucking Umbros and a fucking tank top.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like in what was maybe like a chilly day, suddenly it's goddamn Hurricane Charlie hitting them.
Yeah,
It was an
but with
ultramarathon.
like
It was like
hail.
50 plus miles.
Yeah, and they just froze or died of exposure.
No,
Like,
I think it was more battering elements than it would be freezing.
well, the hail didn't pelt them to death, right? Or
I think between that and I thought that there were floodwaters in some ways that had taken people away. Could be wrong on that too.
like hypothermia.
I'm just
can
a
get
headline
you.
guy now. I read the headline and then I judge
Yeah.
accordingly.
It's just weird, like, it's weird that many. I mean, that's a lot of people.
It is
like,
a lot of
I mean,
people.
that's the amount of people that die yearly at Everest or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like 27.
But this guy that Ross
21?
is talking about, this shepherd, he did have a, like, legitimately, he deals with this all the time. So he had like a little cove that he was ready to go.
I have such a bad perception of China just from the like
China.
I'm sorry.
China.
I'm sorry, I
You're
didn't
not saying
pronounce
it
it. Just, like, do they give this guy some award? Like, the government present him with some sort of like?
Well, they're just not going to kill him with a uranium BB.
Is there like? I'm sure there's going to be some sort of parade for this
get
guy.
the Golden Staff Award.
Tiananmen Square Award.
Something, right? They do for him, right? For saving that many lives?
I don't think so.
Okay.
It's not like America. Like we're like, aren't we the place where like the little kid? We
love awards.
Like the little kid, he waved to like help the power company find the area where they had to put up the power lines again. So then we bring that kid up on stage with a line of German shepherds and we pin a purple heart, right?
Yeah.
We're the people
love
that do that. I think in China, that shepherd was just doing what, like, does the shepherd deserve anything for just being a good human being and just, shepherding people to his cave? I don't know.
This is actually what he had to say after the fact, after like where you're saying, they should be given the full Star Wars. He said there were still some people that could not be saved. There were 2 who were lifeless and I couldn't do anything for them. I'm sorry.
No, he was a real man.
Yeah. He don't want no award. He's got sheep to care about.
Yeah.
Now he's got to restock his cave. How long does that take?
Also, by the way, if you could see this guy's cave, he doesn't have a shelf to put a trophy on.
It's bad, right? Yeah. It's
Yeah, I can imagine if you're first of all, if you're still a shepherd, if that is your primary income and that's your job, I imagine it's rough going, right?
Right now,
just
thriving,
just
thriving.
hard.
I saw a sheep farm in Georgia and it blew my mind.
Yeah,
Really?
they still exist.
I was like, huh. Never see that in Florida.
It's
they don't have shepherds in Georgia. They have T.G. Shepherds, which is a country singer. Look it up.
And then you got your
Listen, though,
cave.
the shit hits the fan, and we can't charge our fucking iPhones or get chili from Costco or anything. We're fucked. But this guy's fine with the sheep.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
He's got clothing. He's got meat, mutton. Right? Isn't that what that's called? Mutton.
Is the ultramarathon? Does
Necessary.
does it have to be a certain, like, is it over 100? Travis, you know about this shit, right?
No, he doesn't.
CrossFit.
He's gonna throw a number out there and
Travis
have no
doesn't
idea.
know anything.
A regular marathon, 26 miles. Does an ultra have to be
Ultra marathon is
double marathon?
42.195 kilometers.
Okay, so a little under double marathon.
26.2 miles.
Well, that's a regular.
Oh, wait, the most common ultra doesn't.
We have a BDM ultra marathon runner.
Yeah. Is it Patrick?
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
I don't know who you're.
And it has to be through like harder terrain, right? Not necessarily just.
So there's
flat.
no limit, but they begin at 50 kilometers.
Okay.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
So they begin at a little less than or about a double marathon, basically, and then it's usually through woods or some shit. Like it's like outdoor trails, right?
What's the most boring ultra marathon? Is there one where you're just going around a small middle school track and you just do that 1 million times?
There are people that do that, yes, that set records.
But that's what I want. Like, I like that better than the.
Those people that ran marathons in their apartments during COVID and stuff like that, they were running in places stuff like that. You got marathon awards. Swear to God.
Oh, yeah. That's stupid. You can't run in place and claim that you did a marathon. No, I will not accept.
What says you, Ross? Because I think Ross holding a champagne bottle running a marathon would be awesome.
That was a joke on IT Crowd like fucking 10 years ago, so.
That shouldn't count. And the ultra marathon has to be through some sort of woods for it to count for me.
They normally are.
All right, next story.
To answer your questions, Tom, I think it was like 170 people. The 21 who died, pretty much everybody had hypothermia. That's what's up and down.
So it was cold.
Yeah.
And then, so for this race, if you finish the prize for completion of the race, 1,600 yuan, $248 US.
All right. So totally worth it.
I mean, like, what do you get for finishing, Goofy's Disney marathon?
Yeah,
you get some dumb medal with Goofy, and I'd rather take the 250.
Yeah. And it costs you
$500.
Yeah, $500 to enter, and you get a plastic.
You gotta stay out there. You get free tickets to the park, though. Oh, you can't do anything because it's COVID.
You think these ultra marathon runners were less adapted to stay alive because most of them had zero body most of these guys, the ultra marathon runners, they have zero body fat. Like, they run it all off. Like,
no toenails either.
They all look like they have cancer because even my brother-in-law Jetson,
he's so lean.
He's an Ironman.
Weird.
He can't keep fat on him because he's training so much, and all these guys, they can't keep any fat, so they're literally gaunt. And I wonder if you're out exposed to the elements that you die faster like that, right? Because I wonder if you put us out there, we could survive just by keep moving because we have body fat.
Straight for the cave. I'm gonna run straight for the cave.
I wonder if you die faster without the body fat, and plus maybe you're not carrying the stores of fat and stuff.
We wouldn't go as far on the first day of running because we're not good runners.
But we survive.
But we would survive better because we're fatter.
Is that there's a science behind that?
I don't know.
It makes sense, right?
It does make sense, but it sounds weird.
Because it seems like you should have been able to, even with the bad storm and the cold, I guess, that many people died from, it seems like you...
Do you think that many people were trying to get the edge over the other people that may have seek shelter, and they were like, I'm just going to run through this fucking shit, and I'm going to try and get ahead of the race, and I'm going to get through the brunt of it,
like,
and
they
I'll
push
end up,
themselves.
I'm going to end up on top while all these people are hiding in this fucking cave or seeking shelter under a bridge or whatever the fuck they do.
Well, those ultra marathon runners, if their nutrition is a little bit off and they don't have the right protein and the right carbs at the right time, they'll crash and then they can't finish, right?
Yeah.
And then so I imagine if you're on the verge of crashing and it's that, and then all of a sudden you add a super cold weather, you die, right? It's like your body just has nothing left.
Because you're prepreparing for something other than what was thrown at you. Sure, makes sense.
I like that what Tom took from this is that he's better prepared to fight in extreme weather as a fat fuck than an ultra marathon.
That's what I took.
Yeah.
I'm team fat fuck.
It just seemed like a lot of people to die. I don't know.
Skinny little ultra marathoners, and put some good old American fattos out there to see what happens.
Next story.
I don't believe this shepherd was too fucking fat, and this guy's running in there and hauling bodies out of the store.
That's true. He was working.
Yeah, but he had like a
Shepherd
sheep's
strength.
wool on. I know what he looks like. He looks like
he looked like Joseph. He looked like Jesus' dad.
What's the movie that we got it from the Grizz? It was like Paul Newman, and he was like a mountain man. And they called him the Grizz. That's where we got the nickname the Grizz.
I don't know
buddy.
that movie.
Yeah, it's like he's a mountain man. I think it's called Mountain Man. Something like
good
that.
Good job. Well done, Tom.
Anyway, he wears bear pelts.
Robert Redford?
Robert Redford. Sorry, not Paul Newman. Robert
It is
Redford.
called Mountain Man.
The Sundance Kid.
Robert
Butch Cassidy, a Sundance Kid.
He's dressed in a bear pelt and the
I always
hat.
wanted to wear the bear head on my. Like
on
the
your head?
bear,
Yeah.
like I'm playing Assassin's Creed, the Viking one,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you get to wear the bear head.
Yeah.
But I looked at it, and I'm like, it would start to stink, right?
No, I think once they do the thing
What's
with
the
it,
thing? Because I contend that it would always stink. It's always going to have an odor. It's not going to smell like a Stetson cowboy hat. You know, it's like you're putting a dead bear head on your skull.
And then I think, then your stereotype. There's like, the bearhead guy. I know who he voted for.
Yeah, exactly. And they're
They
like,
ruined it.
You would have stormed Wally's,
They
Dad?
took the bear.
I'm just wearing my bear hat.
They took the bear head and the American flag.
They took everything.
All right, Ross. What's the
We'll
next
get this
story?
country great again.
There is a weird amount of bear mythos in your history, Tom.
Yeah, you're right. We always come back to
A little
it.
too much bear in your backstory.
Always come back to it.
Interesting animal. Ross, we're going to bring this up during Dump 'Em Out, but did you see that internet video of that teen that pushed the grizzly bear over her like wall because
It's so good.
have you seen that on the internet?
Yeah, I did.
And people are like, "Wow, she's so brave." The only thing I thought was a fucking idiot. I'm like, that bear would have killed you so easily.
No, there's a part of me that looked at it and said, I think I could push a bear who's trying to balance off of a wall. And I was like, I think I could do the same thing. I don't think it's that special. I think I could push a bear off a wall.
Who's got the balls? Like,
Who put the bomb in the bomb?
I'm just saying,
Tom, be careful. You have a rare opportunity to back Dan into a physical challenge.
I could get a grizzly. Dude,
don't tell him, Ross.
A grizzly bear will fuck you up so easily,
So
kill
bad.
you instantly so easily.
They're killing
But
machines.
she claims she didn't realize it was a
That's
bear
what-
until after she pushed
I believe
it. Like,
that.
she had so much
It
adrenaline.
looks like
Yeah.
that. It looks like what a mom would lift a car off a kid. That's what it looks like. It looks like this girl
of
loves
course.
her
Fishing for her
dogs.
dog and so
Of course, she didn't really think about it. You were acting, but it's like if you thought about it for 1 second, like Crystal said, she's like, you would do that for Lena. I was like, no, I would not. Like, no fucking way. If I saw
But for your kid, though.
Oh, for my kid, I would, but I would fully expect the grizzly bear to start biting my neck off. Like it just
For a 3/4 full can of White Claw, yeah.
Yeah. Tangerine only.
like a grizzly bear will kill a human, no problem. It's not a black bear. Like a black bear, I'll kick at
Now,
it
where
or
was
whatever.
this from? The story? Like, it's not Ross's
California.
story. It was in California
Yeah.
because it looks very much like a. It looked like another country to me.
Yeah, it did. It almost looked like a little Chinese terrorist.
Yeah, it
place
looked
there.
like an Asian area, and I think the girl might have been Asian, but I don't know.
It probably
I'm pretty sure it was America. I saw it on the AP Wire today, and I just didn't bring it up because it's more of a visual thing. You know, like lady pushed a bear. It doesn't really.
But you watch the video and
It's
you're
big,
like,
a
oh
fat
my
bear, too.
god!
Yeah,
Yeah.
I watched a lady push a bear out of Maco's multiple times. Multiple
Also,
times.
I don't like. I on Reddit, I think it's called like a typical day in Russia or something like that, and it's just always Russians fucking around with bears, dude. Like giving them shots and sharing sandwiches with them, and just they pal around with bears over there. So like, I think maybe this was like more of a not domesticated, but more, if it's crawling over a fence looking for some trash, it's used to people and people's stuff. So maybe it's not as prone to attack as it would in the wild.
Yeah.
But it had its cubs with it too. That's where I was
I
like,
didn't see that.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that either.
Yeah, oh yeah, in the story I read it because I was like, oh my! When I saw it, and then I started reading. I was like, well, maybe it was sick and it wouldn't have. But then I was like, it had its cubs by it, and I was like,
Yeah,
oh
oh
man,
my- yeah.
you
It'll
fuck
get
around
you.
with a grizzly bear and it's got cubs near you, dead. Like it will kill you and bite you to death with no
Yeah.
problem, like easily.
One swipe, right? I
Oh,
mean, the
yeah.
claws and
Rip
the
you open like
string.
Leo.
Yeah. I mean, and it killed all your dogs. Anybody who police would have been shooting him to death,
Yeah.
no problem.
Bad.
Anyway,
What else you got, Ross?
All right, we talked a couple weeks ago about Kami Rita. This guy, he just broke the record for climbing Mount Everest 25 times. He was on the way up for the 26th time. He was at Camp 3, made camp for the night, took a little nap, had a bad dream. Okay, he said the weather turned bad. He had a bad dream, and he said, "quote The gods were telling me not to go, and because I really believe in God, I decided to return." End quote. And then he would not tell anybody what the dream was. Just hauled ass back down the mountain.
Publicity stunt, fake news. If you've had this much, the only reason I feel this way a little bit, if you've had this much publicity, and I know he's a Sherpa, I know the guy's like legit, but like, why, if you've done this so many times and you've had like this vision, right? I mean, you got a little taste of the fame. The first article that was written about you, you're going up for the next one, and I have fake news.
Well, he already broke the record. Maybe he's like, people are superstitious, and they're like, I had the dream, whatever. I wonder what happens, like...
Obviously, I would imagine, based on culture, he's a religious man. I don't know what it would be, but...
If you're the dentist that paid, $40,000 or whatever to go up, and that guy, the guy who just set the world record, goes back down, you follow him, right? I'm charging on!
Yeah, no, when he says he saw the vision of, like, what, hellfire raining down on the mountaintop? Yeah, I'm with you, bro.
Or an avalanche.
Or...
race you down.
No, he knows
seriously.
the area.
If I'm the dentist, I'm like, your vision. There's nothing. You're not supernatural.
Nope.
I'm going up there.
Disagree. He could be feeling the ground. He could be feeling an avalanche that started.
Yep.
I'm going with him.
But I've got a NORAD system. I can see the weather.
I know.
I'm just saying.
Got nothing.
Yeah, you do. Like those companies, they have sophisticated weather system. They know the windows and stuff.
Yeah, but this guy's Jordan, and he just walked out at halftime. I'm with him.
He's just tough.
Nobody's done it more than him. He's the guy with the most notches on his fucking belt.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean he's supernatural. His vision doesn't mean shit. Did anything happen?
Mountain,
Did a storm come and kill everybody? No, it didn't. Nothing happened.
Maybe
they showed him seriously, right?
Maybe the storm that he was confusing it with was the one that killed the 27 people that the shepherd couldn't save.
I think he had diarrhea.
Thank you, Sam.
No, a guy
Sam weighing in with the typical Tom and Dan comment.
He's like,
what have we fucking done to you when you say those things? You know what? No pizza party for you.
Damn it.
You're supposed to be a voice of reason, a beacon.
I thought that was pretty reasonable.
The real man Sherpa just squirts diarrhea behind a rock and then goes about his business.
I think he just does it in his pants.
They can't. You can't go in your pants.
Yeah.
I don't think I have
but
enough.
It's hot,
I don't
right?
think I have enough pressure to get it clean.
They do.
You got to get it clear.
Now you make a shitsicle. You got to shoot it out.
I think they have many porta potties in their tents.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. They got
What do you do with the porta potty after? You put it in your back and carry it?
Shitting in a Homer bucket.
You shit in a bucket, then you take it. I think
they burn it.
They have different levels of. There's probably some big plastic waste disposal unit that this shit is a business.
Why do they
now.
even bother up there? Just throw it in the ice.
You can't. They probably have rules.
I hate that at a national park. They're like, don't put this here. I'm like, this place sucks anyway. I'll put it wherever I want.
Dude, that guy that
I don't
that guy that set the record trekking across Antarctica, like it was illegal for him to leave his feces on, so he had to bag it up and then take it with him. He couldn't leave it on the trail.
That's weird. You couldn't bury it.
No, who's driving behind him?
Yeah, I guess, you know.
There's a cop driving behind. What do we have here? Somebody decided to take a poo-poo.
Yeah, but those type of guys, they're like endurance nerds. So they follow the
rules,
They follow the rules. They have their
Logic Man is that to a degree.
Yeah.
Where Logic Man
60 bags right there.
He's just so logical that even me saying like, "Oh, fuck that beer," he'd be like, no, you cannot do that.
Rules,
you have to follow the rule." You know.
Yeah. Endurance nerds, they do everything by the book. Anyway, next story, Ross.
All right, guys, they caught him.
Who?
They've been looking for him for 20 years. Habib Talukder, they call him Tiger Habib. He's been killing tigers for 20 years. He's officially charged with just a few poaching charges, but they're saying he's got 70 tigers under his belt. He did this in India, Bangladesh. He'd go into like the it's like the only place in the world where they have this one kind of tiger that kind of swims and gets into like the trees where there's standing water and shit. And this guy would like go into the swamp by himself, kill a tiger, haul it out, and then sell it down to the bones.
That's crazy.
That's pretty cool. 70 tigers, my God.
70 fucking tigers. But go ahead, Tom. Tell him how to hunt a tiger.
No. I'm just saying that fucking imagine the balls it takes to wander off into a swamp with. I mean, maybe he probably has a high-powered rifle, right? He's not killing it with
I want a
machete.
bone knife, not a metal knife.
I don't know.
Bone. I want bone knife.
Also, like, fuck this guy, right? For killing the last wild tigers on Earth, like a piece of shit.
You really want a grizzly man scenario where the tiger got him, right?
Yeah. Well, speaking of that Planet Earth
so
episode,
this was illegal, Ross? Is that why?
Yeah,
Yeah,
poaching,
absolutely, 100% illegal.
Yeah.
And the Bengal tigers that he's hunting, there's just over 100 of them left, basically, according to censuses they can do.
Yeah.
My God.
So this guy's killed almost as many as there are left on the planet.
When you have less tigers than Remy has listeners to his podcast, there's a fucking problem. And I mean that with love.
Tigers may win on it.
I mean that with love.
So what's the punishment? Because I know sometimes, like, in certain countries, they are allowed to kill poachers, like the law enforcement. They can literally kill them, shoot and kill them.
What?
Yeah. Well, that, like, if they find poachers on a particular land, they illegally can kill them.
Can you imagine just be standing there and the guy's like, yeah, well, we were talking about it and we can legally kill you now, so we're going to kill you now.
Maybe in a scenario where they feel threatened, but I think it's one of those things where, like, I felt threatened. There's a
no, but if I'm
massacre.
just standing there, guy walks over, he's like, I'm going to kill you now. I'm like, well, this is bad.
So they'll put him on trial, and I mean, tigers are revered in India, so they'll probably give him the harshest punishment, right?
No, it says here he's actually going to be turned over to the tigers for tiger justice.
All right.
Oh, I'd watch that. Planet Earth. Put it on Planet Earth.
They're like, there's not enough tigers left to kill a guy like we can.
Their justice is one-on-one fights, and he keeps taking down tigers.
Yeah, what if this guy's just made to kill tigers? He's like, I'm sorry, dude. I was born to do it.
Our planet is fucked, right? Is that like, I'm watching this Planet Earth.
I was gonna say, you watched Planet Earth, didn't you?
And and they did an episode where they tried to film one of the last Siberian tigers left, and they spent like some insane amount of time, 6 months, and with cameras just to film one tiger, but like one of the last ones left, and you're like, oh my God, like this is this.
Well, don't set the cameras up. You got to shoot it, stuff it, and then we'll film it.
I'm just saying, it's we've ruined it, right? We're screwed.
Yeah.
All right.
All we have now is the internet. Let's not ruin that.
We'll probably be okay. We'll probably peter out in a hospital somewhere, but our kids are fucked.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
Yeah, good thing I didn't have kids. Team no kids.
Well, we have one last story, Ross.
Okay, are we done to the last story? Because I've been saving this one for you guys.
Yes. All right. Yes.
Woo! Spain, Madrid. Spain, for whatever, deciding to chime in on the anniversary of George Floyd's death.
Oh, no.
Not even Spain. Spain's postal service deciding to chime in on the anniversary of George Floyd's death with what they called equality stamps. And these are stamps that are they're a rectangle of a plain color, ranging from Band-Aid, standard Band-Aid, to like a little bit darker than that, to a little bit darker than that, to flat black. Okay.
The
reason that the equality stamps are drawing a little bit of fire in Spain is that because the stamp that is, for example, the color of you and me, Tom.
Yeah.
It costs 1.6 of whatever their unit is, and the darkest one costs 0.7 of whatever the Spanish dollar is. So they made the darker stamps lower price and the lighter stamps. Okay, so it's $1.95 for the lightest color, and the darkest one costs 85 cents.
So they were supposed to represent skin tones.
Okay.
So the lighter, quote, skin tones cost more than the, quote, darker skin tones.
I don't see anything wrong with that.
Well,
I'm totally joking. I'm totally joking.
Well, why would they do that?
They were going for, a sort of like, this person is represented more in society this way. But it had to be pointed out to them that it could be seen as these people are worthless because of the color of their skin.
You devalued their color.
Yeah, but you got to look at what's their intent, right? So you can't give them that much shit. It's like at least.
But was it? Because this seems like a huge oversight. I mean,
seems like it would have been easy not to make that mistake.
But their intent was to be positive and not negative, right?
Are they different?
If their intent was to be negative, then fuck them. But if their intent was to be positive and they just didn't look at how that could be viewed, then it's just bad marketing. But it's not. I don't really blame them. Besides from being idiots.
Well, I would ask this: like, are they like stamps? Like in America, we have stamps that only have one value, right? Or you can buy.
Yes.
Whatever different so are these different variations of units of postage because like it doesn't
they will mail differently.
Okay. That makes sense. So here's what I would say to the marketing department in Spain.
Bad job.
Anytime you have to do this, you can do this. You can totally do this. You just got to flip it, and you just got to make the what's more abundant, the wider stamps. You got to make those the cheap ones, right?
This stinks.
And then there's nobody to even talk about it. But they
do the same thing and invert it, Dan, and you got no problem.
Yeah, I mean there is no problem with that, and I don't think anybody would even notice if you'd done it that way. I mean, just be a little more mindful, be in the moment when you're doing shit.
Make them all the same price.
Or make them all the same price. But their postage might work differently. I don't know what I'm speaking on here. So
this is probably whoever decision maker came up with this idea. It was their idea, and they pushed it through. Maybe. Past people that were bringing up like, hey, what about if people look at it like this?
Too fast.
Yeah. They're like, nope, this is a good idea. And
it's working fast. Sometimes when you work fast to try and be like a good reaction to what's happening in the world, you fuck it all up.
Spanish Postal Service could have saved a lot of money consulting me early on, and I just would have been like, you don't need to chime in on the anniversary of Joyce Ford's death. Just fucking shut the fuck up.
Yeah. There's a good one. All right. That sometimes trying to do more. Yeah, sometimes people are. Well, we live in a time now where I think social media makes everybody feel like when there's something bad happening that you need to give your opinion of what's happening that's bad, because if you don't, then people might think you don't care. And that's not the case. Like I have learned that sometimes you can just shut your mouth and be okay. Yeah, but you'll be just fine.
There's the other side of it where people emailed us like last year and they said you guys should say something.
Yeah,
and because we thought, well, we'll just not talk about it because
we're not the guys. You don't want to hear us say anything about that. We're not your source of fucking news.
Exactly. What we don't have. Obviously everybody's got an opinion, but it's like, why should we say something about it? It doesn't feel like it's necessary. We should stay out of it. And then people are like, you should say something. So it's like, maybe they're like,
damned if you don't.
Yeah. And it's like their intent, at least maybe they're trying to do something and trying to, raise awareness, and they thought they were doing something good, and they didn't look how it would be interpreted by the rest of the world, or even by, I'm sure, their own country. They're like, why the fuck did you do this? This is stupid. So it's like,
their optics are off.
Yeah. Unless, like you said, this was nefarious to begin with, then fuck them. But I doubt it.
I just
probably
don't. Typically, I don't look to Spain to find how I should feel about things happening in my own country. So.
All right, Ross. So shit sandwich this Saturday.
Yep, 9-year anniversary. Matt Gersting Shit Sandwich Comedy. It's going to be there at the Bull and Bush. You said 8:30 if you want to really try and get a seat. So get there a little bit early.
That would be my recommendation, especially with that good table that you had last time and you saw that guy eat a cigarette, Dan.
That dude, you're channeling my thoughts, because that was like.
And I forgot to mention, we might also. There's like a 50-50 chance David Jolly will be there because he's coming from another show. All right, now you guys know I've been working on my Foley degree, and I'm in This is a Foley work theory class I'm taking now. So this is a made of Foley. I'm going to try it out on you guys. This one is going to take place entirely inside your own head.
I did it.
I can't read it.
I did it. He can't read. Tom can't read.
Yeah.
I got it.
Okay. Bank, vault, hold on.
Door.
Bank,
vault, deer.
Door creaking.
Why isn't your monitor on? You could see it if you.
I turned on your computer, Grandpa.
I forgot to turn.
That's a good one, Ross.
No.
You guys didn't say anything about my gross nail. Thank you.
No,
Did you have on too small boots?
Your snowboard boots are too small. Yeah.
Well, how did you get that black?
Is it a
black
bird
nail?
watching accident?
Sort of. I was stacking up extra bricks on the birdwatching platform, and I fucking American History X'd my own nail against another fucking brick with a brick on top of it, dude.
Oh,
ouch.
Ross, do you have binoculars for your bird watching?
No, I don't.
I need to get some. I was going to ask you about it.
Ross, do you find when you hurt? Okay, were you high when you did this?
Yes.
When I'm high and I hurt myself really bad, it fucks with my sensations where it almost...
Oh, you calm your pants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I do that too.
Oh, then you need to try asphyxiation when you have sex.
Gives me an orgasm-like feel where it's like so much pain I feel pleasure.
Off.
Is that what the whipping and
yes.
shit is?
Yes.
But
Where have you been?
But it only happens when I'm high. But it never, like, only when I'm high. If I'm not high, nothing just hurts.
This guy's high.
This did also almost make my skull explode, only because, like, usually I'll scream something, like, I'll scream, like, fuck a snake or something like that. But I knew for a fact that my neighbors and possibly their young children were in their backyard. So, like, I started fermented, and then I had to choke it all down. I had to just swallow it.
Yeah, those are bad. The ones that you like. Maisie last night fell off the bed, and she has her ears pierced now, and we had these small, like cheapo earrings. She likes to switch them out, and she fell off the bed, and when she fell off the bed, her head rocketed towards a small IKEA table, and her ear with the earring, it smashed into the table. I mean, so hard. And then she was just standing there, and she like held her ear as she walked to the bathroom. She's like, gee, God, gee. Like that. Mm-hmm. And I can only imagine that that's what you feel like or what Ross felt like when you smacked. There was no tears. There was no crying. It was literally just pure anger, screaming, and just mad and holding. Yeah.
Those cheap earrings can be sharp, too. They can Belarus prisoner you in a heartbeat.
Yes. Yeah, she did bleed everywhere. Yeah, it was bad.
All right, Ross. We'll talk to you later. Okay?
We'll see you tomorrow, man.
We'll see you tomorrow, Dan.
All right, buddy. We'll see you tomorrow later. That is Ross McCoy live from his house.
All right, let's take a quick break.
Indeed.
We'll come back and we'll just rock it through.
We'll just do whatever.
More things.
Voicemails, emails, phone calls. If you guys want to call, do you know the band the band The Crew?
No.
Yes, the new band.
Yeah,
the new super band.
I'm playing this for you. There is a new super band, a new super punk rock band. Google it. I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to make you cool. The band's called The Crew. It might be a band that Samantha likes. It might be
Rancid.
That might
have
a
couple members.
The singer.
Yeah, he's in there. He's in there.
Oh, the singer. He's doing his thing.
Also the bassist.
Yeah.
Also a guy from Pennywise.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, just Rancid.
Suicidal tendencies.
Yeah, that's it's pretty cool that they.
Isn't that Rancid too? Wasn't that Rancid at one point, and then like a knockoff or a split?
You thinking of Operation Ivy?
This guy's. Yeah, we're pulling him back in. We're pulling him back in. The name of the band, The Crew. The name of the song, One Voice. We'll be right back. Right after this. That is Mannequin Pussy. Welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I am Dan.
I'm Tom.
Samantha's here. Butler is in the loo. The name of that song is Pigs is Pigs.
Let's do some voicemail.
All right. Let me grab these. No intro for voicemails.
Yeah, so
I like
go
it.
right into it.
Too many intros.
Yeah.
It's too radio-ish.
Although
we gotta have an intro for it. We gotta have it. No, just tell me what to do, and I'll just fucking do it.
When I listen to some podcasts, because you gotta think too, a lot of people are our age and they grew up with talk radio and intros and stuff. So there's a certain nostalgia that comes with it. But I do agree, logically, it's pointless. Especially to our listeners who've heard it so many times. But
they like to sing along.
But when I hear intros and podcasts and stuff, the nostalgia comes back, and I'm like, I like the intro.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? Fucking old farts.
I think we're team 30s over here.
Look, I've been wanting to get rid of intros. In fact, when I changed all the intros, everybody, including you old farts, got all mad at me. I want to go right into just like saying what we're doing. No intros, no buttons to hit.
All right.
I just want to go right into it. But you guys are the ones that I know. Fit and finish. Let's try this one.
Hey, Dan. I wanted to just let you know that you were absolutely right. Enough people on Memorial Day weekend said that, it's going to be too busy and all that stuff. We went to the beach on Sunday. We got there about 11. Granted, right near the ramp, it was a little busy, but we went about 100 yards away from the nearest lifeguard station, and there was nobody there. We had literally an entire huge section of beach completely to ourselves. We stayed till like 7, 8 o'clock that night. It was an awesome day. You missed out, Tom.
Yeah, I heard from a lot of people that people thought the beach would be mega packed. And if you looked at the news, and I don't watch the news really because I think it's all kind of
news,
doom and gloom.
Well, a lot of it's clickbaity garbage type shit. Yeah. And I think you would see a lot of like the beaches are packed. Yeah. I mean, yeah, you could film footage of a beach and say the beaches are packed, or you could do what this guy did, and not all beaches were packed is my point. Sorry.
Yeah. It makes sense.
How do you want to skew it?
It makes sense, but man, it's hard for me to believe that a shit ton of people weren't out packing. I know boating wise, it was fucking nuts.
Did you go to Blizzard Beach?
I went before we went to Georgia, so it was like 2 weekends ago.
Was it packed?
No.
See? There you go.
I just feel like we're in Florida. The entire country's coming here for vacation.
Well, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
But remember, things aren't quite as quick as I think we think they are. But yes, it will happen. Maybe this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed like the last time we went to the beach before Memorial Day, that shit was packed as fuck. Yeah. Like slam packed. Barely any parking. Like it took me half an hour driving around to like sharking people to find a parking space, and then
I've never heard that term.
I don't know what that means.
It means nothing. I just made that up.
You're following around. You're sharking people.
Okay,
you're a cool dude. I'm gonna hang out with you. You got cool.
I don't
lingo.
think that's even something. I just said that.
Is it something?
That is something.
Where's your mom, dude? She's trying to find a parking place. She's over there sharking people, bro. You're sus. Isn't that what like suspicious?
Yeah. I think sharking is an old. They get old,
sounds
way
like,
old.
It sounds like something bad.
Next voicemail.
According to Wikipedia, sharking means to pull someone's pants down.
No, I was doing that too.
Sharking or debagging, slang for the pulling down of someone's pants, underwear, top, or other clothing.
Wait, you pulled
usually against their will.
So I pull.
Whoa, you were sharking people?
I pull Samantha's tits out of her top and I'm sharking her.
How is that? How is that synonymous with sharks?
I don't know.
When I was at a restaurant, it was the same similar thing where it was just like people would circle a table and wait for a table to open up, and then they would pounce on it on a busy night. That was sharking.
Sharking?
That was sharking.
Well, no.
How does that have anything to do with pulling someone's pants down?
Sneak attack.
You
right?
pull their pants down, you bite their ass like a shark.
Yeah.
That was just called pantsing somebody.
It doesn't even make sense why that would be related to a shark's behavior. I don't know. Next voice.
Happened quite a few times in high school.
This is from the gentleman who built our console, this desk.
Okay.
I'm tapping on right now.
Hey, fellas. Drew, the desk builder guy. Anyway, real quick. You talking about an old OG episode where you pooped in an Ace Hardware, and that just reminded me when I got my job and I was traveling all over the country, I shit in buckets, all that stuff, but you'd always find a gas station somewhere. So I'm in the middle of buttfuck nowhere, Indiana. It's like -4 degrees, and I got my morning fucking hot dog, whatever, at the gas station.
Whoa, morning hot dog.
Yeah, that's what you do.
So I go into this bathroom at this random-ass mom-and-pop gas station, and I go in there, and I proceed to I'm pretty sure I'd ship the bowl with the pressure, man. It was a bad, stinky, gross. I was hungover, gross shit. And it's not uncommon for somebody to jiggle the door handle. You're like, all right, so I guess I'll pinch it off, hurry up. And normally it's like some fat trucker or some fucking, workers, whatever, your basic labor guys and all that shit. I open the door, and it's probably one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen in my entire life. And she has her 4-year-old daughter with her. And all I could think about for the rest of the day was I wish I could have seen the look on their face, but she had to take her daughter into that bathroom after I had just fucking
set her on the toilet. It's
guys,
warm.
take it easy.
Yeah,
That's
it's still
child abuse,
warm.
sir.
I've done it before. I go in because if I'm with Maisie, I'm going to the men's room. If it's just me and her, I'm not going to the ladies' room. You can't do that yet. And I take her in there, and it stinks like shit. And she's like, and she's a very vocal child, like her dad.
Yeah.
And she's just screaming, and I have to set her up there. And you can still feel the body heat coming off the bowl.
That's disgusting.
You can feel the heat coming out of the bowl where the guy's body warmed the air in the bowl over the water.
I would rather
He changed the climate over the bowl. There can be clouds in that little area.
I'd rather lean to against a building and shit outside. than-
See, you guys say that, but I don't.
Well, you
I'll
can
call
do it
your
during the
bluff. I don't
day.
think you do it, Butler.
One time we
I don't
stopped.
think, I don't think you'd shit outside. I don't think you would.
I have.
We stopped.
Brock BDM said, I had a guy threaten to call the sheriff on me because I shit up the Sumter County Cumberland Farms bathroom and didn't buy anything.
Oh, they call the cops. At least buy a nudie mag.
Yeah, would you buy a
Buy a
pack of
fucking
gum?
nudie
This
mag.
happened on the way home from Georgia. We had to stop at a gas station because Travis has the bladder of a child. And we pulled over, and it was like a lot of the gas stations, for whatever reason, in this particular part of Atlanta or right outside of Atlanta, did not have customer bathrooms.
Yeah.
So the one we did find, it
Because
had
people
a
do
sign.
drugs in them.
Probably. It
Yeah.
had signs that said you must buy something to use it. So I
Correct.
didn't want to go in there because I'm like a Tommy where I want to follow the rules.
Yeah.
Travis runs in. He's yelling at me to come in the stall with or come into the bathroom with him. I'm like, no.
Jerk me off.
And then he ran out of the store, and I felt like a piece of shit for not buying anything.
Well, just buy a Mountain Dew. It's not like they're asking you to buy a big screen TV. To buy a goddamn pack of nuts. You know what I'm
He
saying?
didn't want to. He
You
said,
gotta
fuck
find-
them. I'm taking a piss. I
You
don't
gotta
care.
find a McDonald's.
But everybody could use a Mountain Dew, right? It was like
No, I hate Mountain Dew.
or
Well,
any
give
of
it
the
to me.
soda.
You save it on the trip and bring it home.
Buy an iced tea. Anyway. Yeah.
Buy in Arizona. Arizona iced tea.
Hotel lobbies, the cleanest bathrooms. That's my my trick of the trade.
One time when me and Crystal were driving, we stopped at a roadside. It was like, remember, you know those off of the turnpike? It's like citrus, and they sell gator heads, and you know what I'm saying? It's like
The quintessential Florida
The
roadside.
roadside.
I love those.
But there's a gas station. And
So Maisie's whole bedroom is themed after an Orlando, or
Yeah.
excuse me, like a Florida roadside
That's awesome.
citrus stand.
and
So everything
they
in there is
sold citrus, and then
wood crates, gator head, shark
Yeah.
embryo in a bottle, all the knickknacks.
Roasted nuts.
And then
Yeah,
boiled
all,
peanuts.
that, all that dumb shit.
we
Pecans.
we stopped there because Crystal had to pee, and then and it was the only place. She's like, gotta pee real bad. So stopped, and then she went inside, and then it was a long time, and then she came out crying.
Oh, no.
My God.
And then
I don't
she's-
think I've heard this story.
And she gets in the car, and she was literally physically crying, and she's like,
How did you not think that she was assaulted or
and then
like
I'm like,
somebody
what
goosed her
happened?
tits or something?
She said a lady came out of the bathroom, and she went in, and it was so bad. And this was like, it was so bad that
It
she
brought tears to her eyes?
it started just immediately making her cry, like cry, like full on emotional cry.
I've never heard of that.
shit.
She felt bad for that woman's insides?
No, it was just the emotional response from the horrible smell, and she said it was so bad. And it was like 2 toilet stall thing, and one of the stalls was obliterated with diarrhea, and stunk up. And then she had to use the other one, and she was crying the whole time, and then she got PTSD after. Because it was that bad.
Poo-poo-SD.
And then I wanted to go in there because it was the chungus. Like, I was so
it's gotta
curious.
be a chungus scenario.
Because I was like, I've seen some shit. Like, I don't think I cried. She's like, it was so bad. It was so bad and so disgusting. It smelled worse than I've ever. Like, just crying the whole time. And I now for the rest of my life, I'll be curious to how bad was it.
No.
Because I wanted to feel how bad it was.
You
And
do like pain.
Yeah,
This
we found out-
BDSM
yeah,
guy
we
over
found
here.
a lot about this guy today.
I've walked in the bathroom, diarrhea.
Yeah.
I'm like, how bad could it be
I've had
to make you cry?
I've had to pee the diarrhea off the toilet
I'm
for
gonna
the
throw
person
up.
that was, like I'm peeing the sides of their diarrhea back into the toilet.
That one toilet we went to in
The
Kansas.
40 turds.
No, not even the 40.
That was terrible. The 40 turds, it was 40 turds all floating to the top. It looked like you were bobbing for apples.
The Kansas
It
City.
looked like cereal bowl.
Chungus Glorioso claims his shit does not stink.
He also wanted us to weigh in on his lunch. Okay.
He had Chick-fil-A, right?
Hard to believe it's shit.
You're an insane person, man.
Yeah.
Your shit stinks, and not only does it stink, it's top tier.
Yeah.
It's top tier. You're just so conditioned to say yours doesn't stink.
You can't take a bunch of garbage and eat it and then poop it out and it not stink.
Yeah, like
maybe there's so many preservatives and shit. Maybe he's right.
It smells like the same food. Like sometimes when I eat Taco Bell because my daughter loves it, it will smell like Taco Bell. But I'm like not eating as bad, so I'll just get like a bean burrito. When I shit, it's like, oh, I had a bean burrito. Like it smells exactly like a
healthy people shit smells horrible. Though.
That's true.
You're right.
That's
true.
Real
bad. Organic, dude. Like if you
Seth's shits were bad.
Izzy says only his. Excuse me. Chungus Glorioso says only his hot fart smell. The actual.
When I was doing more vegetable gardening, I would cut like vegetables or like.
That's when you were
like
sucking more dicks. Right?
Oh, no, I'd put the plants, like all the plants that I'd cut, in like I have this one big brute trash can I use as my landscaping trash can.
Brute.
And I'd put it in there, and then if you left it in there for too long, it would stink like death.
Yeah,
like someone
it's
died.
rotting food. Yeah,
like rot.
I put a
like
bunch of banana plants inside mine, and it smells like straight shit. It doesn't smell like death. It smells like doo-doo.
Like a compost, right?
Like shit.
That's where compost comes from. Like
Makes me
organic
laugh every time I
material
open it.
will compost into this stinky death shit.
We got some scientists in here today.
So maybe maybe it is the healthier you eat, the worse your shit stinks. So if you just eat Chick-fil-A and all this, like
no, you
McDonald's
guys,
apples.
Honestly, are we having a discussion of whether a
I don't know.
400-pound man's shit smell?
I think
because here's
Let's do a test. Shit test.
Newsflash, they do.
Hold on.
You can invite Chungus Glorioso to the studio, and he can load up on Arby's Crazy, and he can shit that thing up, and we can each single file walk in there, and the myth will be busted. It will be terrible. It will be the worst day of our lives. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it does seem.
It's not because of the smell. It's just why would we want to set up a bit where we know the outcome is that, like, I'm sorry, Chungus Glorioso, but your turds do smell, mine smell, and I'm not a big piece of shit.
Our chatters are disgusting.
They're mean, too. They're mean.
Me and my group of friends were rolling in a pre-construction Marion in Weston. I had a shit emergency from the second floor, so I unloaded in a hard hat and threw it down to the floor below. What are you people doing?
Should I get a hard hat, though, I stand behind.
Just don't throw down.
That sounds kind of fun.
Okay.
Actually.
Sounds like a song,
and,
too.
Hey, Chungus Glorioso wants to go money on me. Let's do a bit, dude. I know you're anti-bit. Let's have a shit off. Me and Chungus Glorioso.
God.
I'll load up on Taco Bell. He loads up on Dealer's Choice. He goes, you smell. I go, you smell. He will lose. I will win.
Okay.
You guys are idiots for even, like, the fact that he still maintains that his doo-doos do not stink.
We'll do a shit off.
Yeah.
God damn it.
I want to be involved. I'll eat nothing but organic meats, produce.
Can I be absent this day?
No. You're the judge, and you have to dress in robes like a real judge and a wig.
I may have.
All right, back in.
Yeah. That's my
Can I have a gavel?
I may have told the story.
Oh my God! I hope Maisie turns out like you.
When I was growing up in
Tear in
Miami, the neighbor who was the Cuban militia.
Yes, we talked about it last week. Yeah.
When he left, and then no militia. And he left the house and like it was abandoned for a long time. Right. I'm not sure why. Now that I think about it, like it was abandoned for like a full year, which is weird. The bank didn't.
Jail in Cuba.
No, I don't know. He just took off. Like it could have been. It could have been something weird.
He's on the run.
But I was
Spanish people will take off.
I was 13 or 14, and I remember when the house was abandoned. Like all my friends would.
You go in there and finger girls.
No, we dare our friends to go shit in the closets or whatever.
In the closet?
like in the carport. And Bologna Andy.
Go shit in the laundry room.
So I remember
it's off the garage. Under the car powder.
Bologna Andy would do it all the time. Where he'd have to shit. He'd jump the fence and then go shit in the carport.
And then run back to wipe, right?
No, he'd wipe by.
He'd bring paper with him.
Yeah, something. I don't know. You didn't work out the details. Remember.
This is a poorly planned.
And so that happened for a while, where he just go shit in the carport or like in the house somewhere.
What's a while? How many shits?
I don't know.
How many shits?
Time goes by slow when you're a kid. It may have been just
like a summer.
Like a summer.
Yeah.
How many shits?
It may have been, I think, under a dozen over 6 shits.
Oh, that's a
anyway. One time,
healthy sliver.
One time, my stepdad Steve was outside, and he was like, "God damn it!" And then I ran out there.
You guys tortured this man to death.
Steve, I feel bad when we go to the Steve stories now because when we talk about the Steve stories, they feel like they feel dirtier than the other stories because he seemed like I met him twice. Sweet man.
And
sweet.
Tortured.
And we run outside, me and my mom,
you
my
released
sister,
his
Timmy.
best friend Bird.
No,
I mean, this man, like Sam's right. This man was tortured.
And we used to have this dog named Tiffy.
And
it was a mutt junkyard dog that lived outside. And Tiffy
was it his best friend? Let me guess.
No, but he would take care of it more than the rest of us, right? Because
he
it
was
was like
a gentle giant. This man.
Steve liked the outside. He liked to escape from the chaos of the Van family and just work outside.
And I love these small creatures that only love me because the rest of the household tortures them, and that everyone in the household keeps releasing my best friends into the wild.
And
I hate my life.
And Tiffy must have she would get out every once in a while. We'd leave the gate open. It was the kids' fault. Me, Timmy, Jennifer. We left the
chat room just put you on bingo as another tortured Steve story.
And Tiffy must have wandered out of our housing next door and then rolled in Bologna Andy and our other teen friends
all of
shit.
a month's worth.
Porno
shit's gotta be the worst, right?
Oh my god!
And
flaming Dorito shit.
And Tiffy rolled
Just
in
put the
shit
dog down after that.
and then came back, and Steve,
he probably had to wash it, didn't he?
And he's just out there washing off his TV.
he noted, and then Tiffy was human shit caked on the fur.
Oh, what have they done to my baby?
And he was like, "What the fuck?" It's like, shit. And then he's coughing, gagging himself. He had a weak stomach. He had diabetes.
I shit in my jean shorts.
Yeah. And he was cursing, and he's like, how did she roll into human shit? Who does it? And then the whole time, I'm like, bologna into shit. We never said it.
You did not. You laughed. You laughed.
We laughed with Timmy and Timmy and Jimmy.
I knew you and Timmy would laugh.
I think I told my mom. She laughed. And then we laughed.
Everybody laughed.
Steve,
Mom was married to this poor man.
Like, Steve touched bologna Andy's shit.
And then did you hear my bologna? Timmy rolled in bologna Andy's shit. Got all over Steve's jean shorts.
We never said anything. We know how mad at me. Anyway, that's it. Then he died. God
damn it.
At work, of heart attack stress. Anyway.
You guys stressed him the fuck out.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? That's kind of the way I want to go.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's an honorable death. It's an honorable way to go.
Yeah. At work, we'll just keel over.
It's an honorable way. At least he's providing.
All right, let's get out of here. Samantha.
I had fun today.
I want a shirt with Steve on it with Taz on his shoulder.
You know what?
We
couldn't handle his image on a shirt. He was that powerful. The man's handshake. Seriously, the man's handshake. Was like shaking.
Torment never saw him have fun.
It was like
never saw him. I gotta call my mom and be like, "Did he ever have fun?"
You might be becoming him.
He sold his motor. He used to be in a biker gang.
Now you stay outside with your plants, so you don't have to be inside with your family.
All I have to do is release those plants to the wild and steal them, and you'll cry.
It was way more angry. It just. Rough going.
Yeah.
Anyway,
they think it's shit revenge because you step in shit so much. It's because of that.
It goes to Steve. He didn't believe in ghosts.
Tom.
He didn't believe in ghosts. God,
hey, oddly enough, no jean shorts in heaven.
Semantics.
Yeah. So this week we are doing you heard about this one. Another release will be coming out Sunday on the Semantics Patreon, patreon.com/semantics. The You Heard About This One is the conspiracy theory podcast I do. It is free. I do it with my buddy Derek, and it's Derek's week this week, and he is covering the assassination of JFK.
Oh, really?
So it's a very in-depth, interesting one.
Okay, cool. Dig it.
Who did that, by the way? We know
That's
now, right?
up for debate,
okay.
right? You got to listen to the episode.
Okay.
I don't.
A lot of theories
out there. At
there.
this point, I don't debate it anymore. It was that one guy, the gun and the thing.
Patton Oswalt.
Yeah. It was definitely Patton Oswalt.
Oh, he's going to be at Hard Rock Live.
You can go see
that was Italian. Look at
that. Fresh out of prison.
So go to the hookups page. There's a bunch of local businesses. You can get discounts. Watering holes. Travis, what we got? Watering holes.
Man, we got a bunch. We got West End Celery City. We got Bug Nutty Brewing Company. New sign up again. We got Mets Lounge 1 and 2 back out in Daytona. They signed back up, so we have them going on. Also, don't forget, with Organic Meats, every Saturday they have a buy 3, get 2 free of their burgers. That includes their famous steak burger. So, man, check them out.
I'm doing that.
Yeah, it's not a watering hole, but, man, check them out. They have some
I'm heading over
stuff.
there tomorrow to get some supplies. So I'm gonna,
Saturday, they got their farmers market out in front of the Lake Mary City Center. So go check them out there.
I love it, man.
If you're a meat eater, it only makes sense to have the best quality, right? I feel like
from the family farm.
Yeah. That's there. Morris Family Farm. We've been waiting for a butcher sponsor for a while. So
I'm so excited about this.
And our aprons, I saw some BDMs wearing some aprons. They're going to run out. We didn't have that many to give. So we're going to be doing more promotions. But while they last, go buy, spend $50, get an apron, a cutting board, free, and get some delicious organic meat from
burgers, sausages, chicken breasts, whatever you need, they got it.
It's Organic Meats right there in Lake Mary, and their farmers markets on Saturday.
Every Saturday at Lake Mary.
I'm excited.
All right, BDM, thank you very much.
Something else I needed to say.
Hurricane party, 9th anniversary of Shit Sandwich.
Yeah, you have Corona.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will plug that. And not this Monday, but next Monday, we pre-recorded a BDM show because we're all going to be out. But it's the BDM. It was really good. It's about Seth and Butler's adventure last Saturday, and Samantha's because Travis too. Samantha and Travis trip to Georgia, and it's really funny. And that show was really good. Like every once in a while, a BDM show sticks out to me, and like that, I laughed my entire time.
It was just silly.
It's on Facebook Live and the BDM page, but it'll be out live 2 Mondays from now. Not this Monday, next Monday.
On the 14th. And we will be doing the free show next Thursday.
Next Thursday,
We will be off on Friday.
Because I am going away for a birthday adventure. Remember, if you're injured on the go, just call. I think this might be the first time that we hit everything.
No, we for sure forgot something.
Oh, yeah. But that's fine.
We did the orb thing.
We'll tell you next time.
We did Mo. We hit dump them out early.
True Leave promotion.
I talked
new
about my
headbands.
wife's
merch tent.
I talked about my wife's mom seductively eating a hot dog. I think we tie a little bow on it, guys.
Look, wait a minute. I can't publish that. It's mediocre.